A man tries speed dating for the first time, sits down with a woman. What's your name, love? She says, Carmen. He says, that's a nice name. Why did they call you that? She says, I like cars and I like men. She says, what's your name? He says, Lager Fanny. Ladies, gentlemen and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Oodles and I'm not funny. Joining me today, he's back from his business trip in Ireland and he's here to snap necks and cash checks. It's Gadget.
Oh, and there will be some neck snapping and cash checking.
Also, she's known in the trade as a triple threat. Boobs, check. Goth, check. Doesn't wash her feet, check. It's Candy.
Don't need to, the water gets it.
Also, Stig, the cheeky little bugger, is late, he's grounded, and he's not allowed any pudding for a week. Biggie is also in Barbados, attempting to overthrow communism. He doesn't quite know that he's in the wrong country. However, you saucy little podpots, we have a special guest this evening, making his debut in person rather than in feedback. Long-time friend of the show, from the land of Derby, where the shadows lie. It's Angry Kurt.
Woo! Hello.
Way!
Hello. I'm really happy to be here.
Good.
A long time coming.
Long time supporter.
Yeah.
We appreciate your support. How are you feeling, mate?
Had better days. In the as I said before, joining. I've had some toilet trouble today. Not toilet trouble as in
not his ass.
bowels. I mean,
physical toilet trouble.
Plumbing
physical toilet. Yeah, plumbing. But it's being sorted out tomorrow morning, so I'm able to join us today.
Yes, and it's going to be one of those episodes. I can already smell it. And with Stig being late as well. Probation, that lad. Probation.
That thing you're smelling is just my toilet.
I should really get rid of this smell-o-vision.
I do have another probationary message to put on for one Candy middle name machine.
What? It was the bald joke, wasn't it?
It was the bald joke.
I knew I was going to be in trouble for that.
Oh, Biggie and Gadget on here this week. Where are they? They're off to a bald convention. Candy, you were supposed to be on my side of things.
I know.
Is that what she said?
Yes.
Yeah, but Jason Statham was headlining. I mean, come on. Of all the bald
Wait,
men.
hang on. Jason Statham or Chasing Status? Which one? Because you said half of one and half of the other.
Chasing Statham.
There's a pod title.
It's Chasing Status, but they're all both bald.
Jason Statham. Well. All this frivolity has got me in the mood for some hard-hitting journalism. And with Biggie still being on extended leave, I think it's only best to throw Kurt into Kurt's breaking news.
You may already know, but he doesn't, because it's time for Biggie's Breaking News.
Hello. Sorry. I did intend to do a song, but I'm really sorry.
It's all right.
All the stress with today, I just totally forgot about it.
It's not really a feature, mate. They've just turned it into something.
If you give me a song, I'll do it off the cuff right now.
Okay.
Tiptoe Through the Tulips.
No.
I don't know that one.
No. Eminem, Lose Yourself.
Right. Let me just quickly bring up the lyrics.
He's doing it.
All right, okay. I'll just do the chorus.
Don't do any swears.
Right. You better lose yourself in the music. The moment you own it, you better never let it go.
Oh.
You've only got one news story. No, do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. You better lose yourself in the news. The moment you own it, you better never let it go.
Oh.
You've only got one news story. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo.
They did miss the opportunity to say news yourself.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
he mixed it up. He mixed
I like
it up,
it,
and
I like it.
I appreciated it.
No,
Curly.
Candy's version is much better there.
No, I liked yours. It kept me on my toes.
I felt as though I could have put some more news-related gags in there, but
No, it was fine, mate. It was perfect.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, let's kick off with the new biggest breaking news. So, first story: Xbox handheld in the works, but its release date is surprising. So, in an interview with Bloomberg, Phil Spencer said the expectation is that we will do something in the handheld gaming market, before confirming Microsoft is working on prototypes and considering how to market them. According to the report, Spencer has asked his team to analyse the handheld market and develops its vision based on what it learns. Crucially, Spencer is noted as saying that any device is still a few years out. While it's unclear if this potential handheld will be the primary model for the next generation, it sounds like he's simply waiting to see what Nintendo pulls out of its hat with the impending Switch successor.
Makes a lot of sense. Like we do have handheld devices that can run Xbox games already, don't we?
Well, via xCloud, not natively.
I think on Phil's part, that's a smart move to at least get that name on a handheld, even if they don't produce it and market it. Do you know what I mean? Let's say Republica Gamers make one, and it's an Xbox One, and it's got Xbox logoing all over it. That still makes a lot of sense to me.
See, it doesn't to me, especially given the marketing. I don't know if we're going to touch on that in the news in a minute, but the marketing campaign that this is an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Where they're saying just your phone's an Xbox.
Everything's an Xbox.
Everything's an Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, also, like, you can play Xbox games natively on, like, the ROG Ally. So I think maybe...
can you actually natively download it and play it?
Yeah, because that's, like, Windows-based. So what I'm wondering is if maybe what Phil might have a better time doing is, rather than doing an Xbox dedicated handheld, is be able to just do, like, you can do it on these third-party handhelds and, like, maybe make a deal with Valve to allow you to do Game Pass on the Steam Deck and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Would you get one, Kurt?
Yeah. Probably not. It would depend on this, the cloud gaming thing that they've said. I think they said that by the end of this year, you'll be able to stream all of your Xbox games that you own, so not just Game Pass games, onto the cloud. So if that's the case, then probably not, because the cloud gaming experience I've had on the Steam Deck has been really good.
Everything I've used Xbox-wise cloud streaming has been fantastic.
Yeah,
I've had no latency whatsoever.
I just quite like being able to start a game on the cloud while it's downloading.
That's so good.
Yeah, I guess it would depend on, like, the tech spec of it as well, relative to whatever Valve's putting out.
Yeah, and whether it's an open platform like the Steam Deck is.
Yeah,
which I don't think it would be.
But the second they announce a PS Vita 2, Kurt, you're there, aren't you? Day one.
Oh yeah.
Day one. I know you love that. But yeah, that's cool. I'm up to see what's coming. I'd like to get back into the Xbox ecosystem, but I've not had that need to yet.
You might have the opportunity with this next story.
Oh, I love this.
Phil Spencer also said in the same interview, oh no, actually it was with the Rolling Stone, but anyway, says there'll be more Xbox consoles in the future. So in this interview, following the launch of the company's new This Is an Xbox marketing campaign, Spencer explained that the shift to a multi-platform strategy doesn't mean the Xbox Series X and S will be the final Xbox consoles. Quote, we'll definitely do more consoles in the future and other devices. Other devices may refer to the often reported Xbox handheld, which Spencer said earlier this week was in the pipeline, but still years away. When asked by Rolling Stone if Xbox would release a mid-generation console upgrade similar to the PS5 Pro, Spencer was less definitive, appearing to suggest that he didn't think the difference in performance was worth it. We think about hardware that can create unique value for our players or creators on our platform, he explained. We don't need to do incremental hardware for our own benefit. Does a new device really give you a unique experience in some way? It's less like the old days going from the original Xbox to 360. That was standard definition to high definition. Now it's harder to show the benefits.
I agree. Makes sense. He seems like a smart man, old Phil, doesn't he? Seems like a smart man.
Hey, Uncle Phil's lovely.
I like him as well. He's cuddly. I like him. Big fan. Yeah. Cool.
And I'm quite pleased to see that they'll continue with Xbox consoles.
Yeah, competition's good.
Yeah,
I agree, mate. I agree. Cool. Next.
So, Halo and Gears of War can come to PS5, confirms Xbox.
Shit.
Spencer said there were no red lines for which Xbox games can come to the other platforms. He didn't mention any franchise by name, but he did say it's too early to make a decision about the next version of Halo.
Wow.
There was rumours that already suggested that the move to Unreal Engine 5 for the next Halo was in part to make porting it to the PS5 easier.
Yeah.
So, I think this is going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Who want Microsoft to turn down free money, you know?
Do you know what? Do you know what I'd like to see them do as well for the new Switch? I'd like to see like the first Halo trilogy be ported over. Some that it could play.
Oh, Nintendo?
Yeah, just imagine that. Remember when everyone were going Sonic and Mario together? Ugh. And now we're just used to it.
It was heresy. The Emperor refused to accept it.
I remember many years ago now, but there was a version of the first Halo on the Nintendo DS.
Wow.
So
was there?
It's
Wow.
Not as in release.
Yeah.
Sorry. As in basically there was an IGN podcast I listened to.
Yeah.
And one of the journalists there said that in the office they had a working version of Halo that Microsoft had given them on a DS.
Wow. So they kind of had a version running.
Yeah.
That's
and they
badass.
Xbox had also approached Sony before about getting Master Chief Collection on PlayStation, on PS4, I believe.
That's cool.
So,
oh wow,
Excellent.
found some video of it.
And here comes a new challenger, Pablo Escobar himself.
Yeah, si, senor.
No racism, please. No, we're not having that. Stig's here. You grounded, mate, for being late.
Well, it was pre-warned. Told you, kids are not late,
Yeah,
and I had 2 kids to sort out. So
You've missed your favourite type of news as well. A lot of Xbox news, pal.
yeah, I should put it at the end, shouldn't I, when I put that document together?
But yes, let's move on then, Kurt, to the next one.
alright, so the Game Awards confirms that DLC remakes and remasters will be eligible for Game of the Year.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
this Monday, producer Jeff Keighley's annual award show will announce its shortlist for each of its categories. In an FAQ posted on the award show's website, it is confirmed that DLC expansions, remakes, and remasters are all eligible for the shortlist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the story, really.
What do you think? What do you think, pal?
No, I think you could maybe get away with DLCs.
Yes.
And remakes, so stuff like was Resident Evil 4 remake nominated last year? I think it was.
I think
It was, yeah.
Yeah, so
ground up remakes, not remasters.
I think this is just so they can have Shadow of the Erd Tree in Game of the Year.
Yes.
I mean, that is bigger than most games probably on the shortlist.
It is, to be fair.
Why not just do a DLC award?
Category.
Just
yeah.
do a
exact Stig.
best
That is,
DLC award.
It's too easy, though. It's too fucking easy.
Like putting
Because
I think it's been a
because-
slow year for games.
putting DLC
Because
into it just seems silly.
Because Jeff clearly wrote that press release while Hidetaka Miyazaki had his foot on his throat.
Oh, he's cocking his mouth.
Yeah, he wants to be in his good books.
He wants to be in his
does.
good books, and Miyazaki's desperate. He craves that Game of the Year vibe. He's had it a
He
few times.
liked it that time
now.
when he won it, didn't he? He liked it.
Well, he's won it a few times now, and he needs
Yeah,
it.
he stood up and like that. Fucking
Yeah.
yeah. He was like sticking ones up at everyone else, going "fuck you."
Yeah,
Fuck you.
Electro might win it anyway. Everyone's been banging on about that more this year.
Electro possibly could win it. It's
I
been
think
a weird.
it'll be the. So, yeah, sorry.
It's been a weird year for game releases anyway, because there's not been any like massive AAA big hitters.
No, it hasn't.
Or at least not maybe until maybe Call of Duty came out, because lots of people are really enjoying that.
I think that'll smash it this year. I don't
It might
think
do.
Call of Duty will
And we've
win.
got Stalker 2 next week, which might do things. But
For you.
like, well, for a lot of people. But most of the big games that people have spent a lot of time talking about this, they've been little indies.
But
Or like,
we have a Final Fantasy Rebirth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's not doing anything.
Black Myth, like people love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Love that game.
Black Myth, but that's an indie made by 50 people. You know, They just
Yeah,
have to
that's
be-
an indie game.
They just have to be really fucking good with
I
Unreal
still
5.
think that just have a best DLC of the year sorted.
I do, mate. So email him.
I think it'll be the winner will be the Spider-Man 2 PS5 Pro patch.
the actual patch.
That's literally what you're going to end
And
up
some
with.
dude steps up
Yeah.
saying, "I did the patch."
Yeah.
Oh, I really hope that I'm going to find that lad on stream. That one who did it's Spider-Man, it's Spider-Man.
And then
I need to-
Baldur's Gate went, "What the fuck? Who the fuck plays Baldur's Gate?" Millions.
Yeah, that guy. I need to see what he's up to. I might watch him live when the Game Awards. is on.
No, we're doing it live if it's at a good time.
He won't care this
No,
year.
it's-
There's no bro game.
starts at 1 a.m.
Fuck that.
I'm off the day the following day, so I'm going to be watching it live.
What day is it? What date? Sorry.
It's like Thursday night or something, isn't
13th.
it? Friday
Like
morning.
Yeah, it's technically Friday the 13th of December.
I can't
Ooh.
get into it. I mean, I don't even watch the Oscars or anything like that, and I love films. I just look up the winners at the end and any speeches.
Yeah.
I'm not even there for the awards. I'm there for the trailers.
The
I'm there
announcements.
for the chaos of people storming the stage and Jeff Keighley looking panicked into the camera.
Jeff Shoes.
Never, it won't happen again.
Jeff
He's got
Shoes.
so many security guards. But cool.
You
cool,
say that,
whatever,
but they keep
whatever,
managing.
Jeff. Whatever, Jeff. If you want to make your own fucking categories, what's next? Fucking best title card. Jesus Christ. Let's move on. Next.
Alright, so $30 Call of Duty bundle turns you into a Dragon Knight that looks straight out of Skyrim. And some players say they would be willing to pay not to see it. So
Don't say that when I'm drinking.
So for 3,000 COD points, or around $30, you can buy the bundle that turns West Point into a Dragon Knight. Now it's also worth noting you also get new dragon-themed weapon skins and a new finishing move, emote and virtual gubbins with this bundle. But it's the skin that's of most interest.
To be fair, he looks badass.
Yeah, but again, a skin on a first-person game still baffles me.
Why are people booting off about this when a few years ago you could play as Nicki Minaj in Call of Duty?
So
What?
that's one of the reasons. Like it is that
It's annoying.
it's turning it into Fortnite.
Yeah,
Like-
no, I get that, but why are they booting off about it now as well?
Oh, they were booting off about it then as well.
There can't be that many with it if it's 30 quid. Well, I was saying that. I don't know why I said that, because, yeah, there'll be fucking hundreds.
Do you know what?
Thousands.
Do you know what?
Come on, man.
I feel like I'm raising my daughter well that we've been playing Fortnite together this weekend, and she says
Yes.
the words, "Why do people because people wearing skins?" She says, "Why do people bother buying skins? Like it's what a waste of money just to have a different outfit." And I was like, "Yes."
Hey.
What a girl.
She says,
What a girl.
She's just happy with the default. Me and her running around as default team.
Default family.
Daddy default.
Hey, we won a few rounds this weekend. Smashed it.
Nice.
Yeah, I was playing it this weekend with my son as well. I didn't win anything.
I did.
We got Snoop Dogg on our team, but we didn't win that one.
I did see that one of the emotes they've added in is Ray Gun from the Olympics.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, is
It's her dance, yeah.
it? Doing the dance.
But it's like a full like kind of minute long thing. It's not just like an emote, which is just like like a waving animation or like a little dance animation. It's the full fucking routine.
That's cool. That's cool.
People are
Excellent.
moaning
I'm
that.
looking forward to Call of Duty next year. In December when I buy it.
The problem is people are moaning that you're trying to play a military shooter and you've got
And there's a
people
dragon
running
running
around
out.
dressed as dragons and stuff, and it's like, well, Like it does.
It's a
It
game.
just ruins the aesthetics. They're saying, can we pay to like turn that off? Like if you want to have a skin, fine.
Don't give Activision ideas.
Also, I feel like having a skin in a first person game is utterly pointless.
It's backwards.
So you
It's weird.
you're paying for other people to see you.
to see you.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
I was
Gamer's gonna game.
I don't mind that kind of thing. Like if they did it the way Overwatch originally did it, whereas you got your loot boxes and you got a skin out of it, but you didn't pay anything. You got a loot box every time you leveled up. You didn't have to pay for them.
I know, but still, like, so weird in those kind of games.
It
where
is. But
you just don't see them.
also, like they're talking about the realism. You can get shot 6 times and heal from it in 30 seconds.
That's realistic, mate. You ever been shot?
Shot
with a
BB gun.
You can't comment on it. You can't comment on it.
Yeah, I didn't grow up on the mean streets of South Elmsall like you.
50 Cent got shot 400 times.
Yeah, he just keeps getting shot, the poor lad.
Still going.
He
Just
fell
making
over.
bullets at this point.
He fell over once, landed on a bullet, and it drove its way through him.
Exactly. Next.
A quick one. So Black Myth Wukong PS5 physical copies will be available in December. So on the
Excellent.
12th of December.
Buy it.
I am actually after what you've said, Oodles, and after hearing about it from others as well, I do think it's something I do want to at least give a try, but I think I'm going to wait for a Steam sale.
If you want to play a God of War type game without being open world and just linear, nice and linear, can't get lost,
great.
that's the game for you.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I'll get this. Play it.
Yeah.
Trade it in.
Yeah.
Cost me about a tenner.
I'm not very far in it, but I do like it. It's just little arenas. Like you walk, it's like
Yep.
you get a little
Corridor
corridor,
arenas.
and there's like 3 paths through in this little area. The boss at one end, and the next corridor going down. So I want to put more time into it, but Stalker's coming out this week, so I think I'm going to make Black Myth my Christmas game.
Black
But
Myth's going nowhere, guys. You can get it
it's
when
very
you start
good.
it when you want. It is very,
Very
good.
good.
and
It looks
it's beautiful.
It looks gorgeous on PC. Oh,
When he
Good.
plucks
Put
his
it-
own
put it-
hairs, it plucks his own hairs out his face.
yeah. Put it.
Turns
Your
into a
new
stick.
PC will look excellent on that.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm waiting for it to be a Steam sale game.
It's so very. Do you know what? It's the most gamey game I've played in years, and I love it because of that.
The fucking opening kind of tutorial sequence is hilarious.
It's so good. It's so good.
I love it when you start a game overpowered.
Yeah. He does that Metroid thing where you start with all your abilities, doesn't it? And then it sucks them off you. But yeah, absolutely, listeners, play it when you can at your earliest convenience, when it's as cheap as it needs to be for your pockets. It's phenomenal. Next.
So we've got, I can kind of group these next 3 together because they're all to do with players on Steam. So First off, we've got Lego Horizon Adventures, which launched with fewer day one players on Steam than Concord.
More on that later.
So that's not so good. Dragon Quest III HD 2D Remake, that had reached over 36,000 concurrent users on Steam, which is the highest for a Square Enix single-player game.
I was one of them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Stig's doing it. Stig's doing his part. Are you doing your part?
And then finally, more people are playing Half-Life 2 now than at any point since Steam started keeping track. And that's because of the 20th anniversary that's just happened the past
People
few
are
days.
getting that. They want that vibe again, don't they? They want it's.
Well, and it's free.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's free to play at the minute.
Let me just get it right now while you guys
It
talk.
does work on Mac. Last time I played through,
I know
was
it
when I had a Mac.
does. I didn't realise.
52,000 players.
And more on Half-Life 2 later.
52,001 tomorrow for me.
Yeah,
So,
but they've also they're also
but-
launching it like someone's launching a RTX update out there, which with improved graphics,
wow.
and frame rates and stuff.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't think that's till next year, though.
It's basically it's the same graphics but with ray tracing applied.
Oh,
So-
lovely.
There's a nice NVIDIA video on showing it off.
But yeah, that's a bad look for Horizon Adventures. Ugh.
Like Candy said, more on that later.
It was only 3 players less, but still, it's still less.
The fact that you can do it in single units, though, is
Yeah.
I mean, I just looked it up now, and it's currently 327 players.
Oh,
So we
and
could,
it's-
we as a podcast could change this now. We could actually give them more players than Concord.
No, you're all right.
It all depends.
we
on
thought
my
we could have
review.
saved Concord, but we never did.
That's because Oodles, you only tried to save it after they killed it. When you found out they
know.
killed it, it was too late for you to save it.
Yeah,
I need a good necromancer.
There's a big Half-Life sale on Steam at the moment, like the whole franchise. So like Half-Life 2 is
brilliant.
free, Half-Life 1 is 71p, but you might as well get Black Mesa at this point if you're going to replay that.
Yeah.
Opposing Force, Blue Shift, they're all like under £1.
If
I
you
love
if you get that free Half-Life 2, it also comes with Episode 1 and Episode 2.
Yeah.
That I've never played.
Yeah, get it. Just get it, claim it. Regardless.
I'm gonna,
I
I'm
always
gonna.
just claim
I've just
free
done it.
ga-
I've just done
I
it.
always just claim free games anyway, so I'm like, will I play it? I might not. But if I do, then it's there for free, innit?
Yeah, I downloaded the GOG client other day because Prime were giving me loads of free games.
Oh yeah, there's usually loads of good stuff on GOG. Hence why it's called Good Old Games.
I have about
Yeah, cool.
40 games on GOG, and I've only ever paid for one.
Yeah. Next.
So moving on to film and TV, Paddington in Peru records biggest opening weekend in the UK for a British film since No Time to Die. So the studio behind all 3 Paddington films, Studio Canal, reports that 9.65 million at the UK box office over the first 3 days of its release, playing to an estimated audience of 1.2 million people. By contrast, No Time to Die that had recorded 21 million in its opening 3 days.
That's massive.
Wow.
That's huge.
That's massive. I mean, Paddington's its own force of nature now, isn't it? It's a full-on franchise.
Yeah, it did kind of surprise me a little because the reviews have been a little lukewarm on it compared to the previous 2. So I did think it
But kids
do
love
as well. But
Like we took our 2 to see it, and they both absolutely loved it. So like Amelia was like, "Oh, it wasn't as good as Paddington 2, but I loved it still." Like that, so it's
It doesn't have to be as good, does it?
no, not for kids. It's a bit weird they didn't like if they released this during half term or wait till Christmas, they would have got more money. It's a bit of an odd time to put it out, really.
Instead, at Christmas, we've got that Robbie Williams monkey film.
But yeah, good. More on Paddington 2,
Good,
Paddington
yeah.
in Peru later.
Oh, wow. Cool. Carry on, Kurt.
So, next story is that The Bear Season 4 and/or Season 2, Alien, Earth, and more footage revealed at Disney's 2025 teaser.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we've got a first look at Alien, Earth.
Is it set
I
on
haven't
Earth?
actually seen that. I haven't seen that teaser. I saw the
haven't seen any
teaser,
of them.
which was just the alien drooling, but nothing else. But yeah, there's also a sneak peeks at Percy Jackson and the Olympians Season 2, and an upcoming take on Rick Riordan's second novel, The Sea of Monsters.
Cool.
We also got a look at Star Wars Skeleton Crew,
Mhm.
new mystery series called Paradise,
That looks good. That
Goosebumps
that
of
Paradise.
Vanishing, yeah, and Daredevil, Born Again, and Ironheart. So yeah, a lot of good stuff coming from Disney.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have
next
to
year.
pay. I'm glad I don't pay for Disney, but it's the one I watch the most. It's the one I should be paying for, but I get it free with my bank. But it's the one I use the most, and I'm not paying for it. All the others that I'm paying for, I'm barely touching.
It also looks like Ben Mendelsohn's going to be back for Andor. His character that
I like Ben Mendelsohn.
the character
I like
he
him a
played
lot.
in Rogue One's going to be back in Andor, which is good.
Rennick.
Oh, he was.
Rennick?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that. He had a white suit on, didn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, and he wasn't in it anywhere near enough because he was really fucking good in
Yeah,
it.
I
But he's
love
coming
Ben
back,
Mendelsohn anyway.
So it's the best thing they've done.
I love him.
Easily the best Star Wars thing they've done.
I'll give it a proper stab stick.
Yeah.
I did that with something I'm going to talk about. In a
I am
bit.
looking for that.
and it's
Looking
worked.
forward to that Paradise with Sterling K. Brown. Though I've seen a bit of that. That looks really good.
Cool.
So
I'm just watching this Alien Earth teaser trailer, and it looks good.
Is there aliens in it?
One or two, yeah. Handful
And
of them. There are some establishing shots of Earth, so we know Earth is involved at least once.
in the show Alien Earth. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Next.
Gladiator 2 breaks box office record for Ridley Scott internationally. So
Wow.
it's seen first weekend debut of an estimated $87 million, which is the biggest overseas
That's
opening for
fucking
Ridley
massive.
Scott. Yeah.
I want to watch it for the plot.
Yes, the plot.
Oh,
Yeah.
the plot.
Those big sinewy plots.
Do you know what?
Yes.
Do you know what Kit made? She's well into, since we went to see Taylor Swift making these friendship bracelets and stuff, and so she makes like bracelets for like new releases for films and stuff, like for films going up.
Stop it. She is so cute.
So she made one for Gladiator 2. One of them says it's for Pedro Pascal, and it says Daddy Gladiator.
Daddy!
I was like, for fuck's sake. That's
Gladiator.
when he came on the screen, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, Daddy Gladiator. I was like, fuck's sake, Kurt.
He's an handsome
I went
bastard,
to watch it
though.
at 10:45 on a Friday, and there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 10 of us. First screen on the Friday morning that came up. So yeah, like
That's good.
yeah,
Good
so
showing.
it's and it was absolutely rammed last night.
Yeah, when I saw X-Men and Wolverine, I saw it the first showing that morning, me and 2 other people. That was it.
Kate didn't get home
was,
from work last night till 1:45 because it was so busy. And by the time the last showing got out and they tidied up,
It's a proper epic, isn't
including
it?
2 people who fell asleep. 2 drunk people. They turned the lights on. There was 2 drunk people at the back of the cinema were both fast asleep.
Did she give him a bracelet that said "drunk twats"?
No, but apparently they
I would have written on
were
them.
quite disruptive as well, which was
Oh
yeah.
dear. Slappy.
Yeah. But yeah,
Cool.
it's been doing
Next.
gangbusters.
So we've got a new Mission Impossible trailer, which I watched, and
I've not
it's
seen it.
called-
Obviously, I don't know anything about it, but before you talk about it, is Tom Cruise running in it? Because if he's not...
There's so
I'm not
much
bothering.
running in that trailer,
There
isn't
is.
there? He runs a lot in
Yeah,
that
there is,
trailer.
yeah.
He fucking
Yeah.
runs like
I
that.
don't think I've seen him run so much in a trailer. I'm suitably hyped for this.
Yeah.
I didn't think Dead Reckoning was as good as Fallout, but it's still enjoyable. And the some of the stunts they've shown already in that trailer looks great.
Are they giving away the big stunt though? Because that was the whole thing with all the trailers. With the last one, it was that jumping the bike off the cliff.
They do kind of give away a bit of the stunts in all the
Yeah.
trailers. There is one with he's hanging off a biplane, so I presume it's probably something to him with hanging off a plane. Yeah,
Again.
yeah, oh yeah. But they've they changed.
I also prefer biplanes over straight planes.
They've changed it from it's
Whee!
not Dead Reckoning Part 2 anymore. It's called The Final Reckoning.
Okay. So he's going to die in this one then.
No,
Okay.
I don't know. It seems
Okay.
too easy to do that.
Maybe just retires. Maybe just goes down benefit office, gets his pension.
I think we should do a Mission Impossible in review later on the patrons stuff because I've only seen the first one, so I think it's a good series to jump on after.
You'll
I'm not
hate
gonna-
the second one.
I'm not going to go near them until we do that for the podcast.
You might like,
I'm
might
looking
like
forward
the
to
second
it.
one.
Yeah, I
No,
do.
he'll hate the second one, not because the action's bad. The action's great next. It's a John Woo film, but he will get super hyper fixated on the stupid shit.
You know me.
Yes, I know you. I know you. You'll get
We will
really
see in the future.
You'll get really disproportionately angry about Dougray Scott's plan.
Oh dear. But yeah, we'll do. I think that's a good idea for a future podcast.
Would be interesting because the first 4, I feel like, I don't know what you think, Kurt, but I feel like they're all slightly different in that they're all very different in their tone and pace. And then I think once Macquarie came on board directing them, they're all kind of very.
It's already
very
got a
similar
name as well.
and
It's called
massive.
Modern Impossible.
Oh, he's so clever.
Cool. Next.
So, new names added to Christopher Nolan's next film, which is Tom Holland and Matt Damon. So they will also be starring alongside Zendaya, Anne Hathaway, and Lupita Nyong'o.
Nyong'o.
Yeah.
Nyong'o.
Lupita Nyong'o.
Yep, still no word on the type of film or its plot, though.
Christopher Nolan's reached that point where basically he just puts a
Doesn't
script out
matter.
somewhere, and everyone's like, "I will do this for free. I will
It's a
pay
vampire
you.
film, isn't it?
No,
It's a
that's
vampire
take
film.
Take my firstborn baby so I can be in your film." You know, it's that kind of thing. It's like, I think after Oppenheimer, he's going to get such stacked casts.
I keep
Or even
thinking about
before that.
Oppenheimer. I keep thinking about Oppenheimer.
Well, you always have big casts, but it's like Oppenheimer, I think, was the changing one because the breadth of that cast.
I think Oppenheimer's the best talkie ever made.
He brought fucking Josh Hartnett out of retirement
Yeah, exactly. I think it's
or
the best.
obscurity.
I think it's the best men smacking a table film ever. I think it's one of the best. I can't wait to rewatch that. But I think I'm gonna get that on Blu-ray. I think then I've got every Nolan film then.
Don't need to see Tenet.
Oh, I love it. It's not as best,
I
but
just
I
need to
love
find
it.
the time when I can be asked.
You go watch it twice. It's one of them.
It's also mad to think we recently had the 10th anniversary of Interstellar, and you think Interstellar was 10 years ago. It feels like it was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
And it's great.
10 years.
People
And he's
slag it
done
off,
so
but it's
much
great.
since then.
All right.
I just don't like the ending of it.
That's
Everything up to the ending, I think, is groundbreaking cinema.
It's fine. That's fine. I can take that. Cool. Next.
Sophie Turner is in talks to lead Amazon and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's Tomb Raider series. So, according to the sources, screen tests for Amazon's Croft took place in October, with Turner having appeared alongside Mackenzie Davis, Emma Mackay, and Lucy Bonton on the shortlist to play the dual-wielding explorer. So, yeah, it's being masterminded by Phoebe Waller-Bridges. So it was I'm actually interested for this show, but I've heard a lot of pushback about this rumoured Sophie Turner. I haven't watched Game of Thrones, but I get the impression that she wasn't I don't know if... Yeah.
She is great in Game of Thrones. She plays Sansa Stark really well.
No, she's great in the last few seasons of Game of Thrones.
No, I think she's great when she was a child actor as well. Like I think like she understood that character throughout, and I think she did well with it.
All I'm going to say, Kurt, is you're following along with modern escapism, aren't you?
Yeah.
You'll change your mind.
Right.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
she has not developed into an actor, shall we say?
No.
Right.
She's great at staring at nothing.
I'm not sure, and we've not seen her do like real like action, really, have we?
Not really. I think she might. I think she kind of has the look and the voice for it.
Get Hayley Atwell to
She's
do
too
it.
old.
She should be too old. It's just too old.
I
It's supposed
don't
to be
care.
unbelievable.
Look how good she looks.
She's done the voice, hasn't she, in the Netflix one?
Yes,
is, yeah.
I don't care.
And I think
she is my
the
Lara
next
Croft.
game. I think. What do you
Maybe.
say?
Yeah. She's amazing. I love her. I want her to be my mother.
Agent Carter.
Next.
All right. Mattel pulls hotly anticipated Wicker dolls from the shelves over X-rated error and calls on fans to discard them immediately. So we've
What?
got Mattel's highly anticipated Wicked doll collection. It's got an X-rated mistake on the packaging. So a link at the bottom of the box directed customers to a porn site, wicked.com. Instead of the movie's landing page, wickedmovie.com.
Oh, it's an easier mistake to make than I thought it would be.
Get ready to be defying gravity on that website.
So, a Mattel spokesperson released this statement. We deeply regret this unfortunate error and are taking immediate action to remedy this. Parents are advised that the misprinted incorrect website is not appropriate for children, it read. Consumers who already have the product are advised to discard the product packaging or obscure the link and may contact Mattel customer service for further information.
I've just tried to go to wicked.com and it's blocked me.
Yeah, it's blocked me as well. I've just tried.
Now, I know obviously this they have to recall these or tell people like it, but I don't know any kids that will look at the packaging and go to that website regardless.
Do kids go to websites
Yeah,
these days?
Not the fuck.
I can't remember ever looking on packaging, even like of something and going, "Oh, go to that website." But still, I understand why they have to get rid of the packaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
that's
people,
mad.
certain people in America are kicking
Stig,
off.
as my fellow resident musical lover, you planning on Wicked? I'm feeling it.
Of course we are.
I've loved the stage show.
I've never seen the stage show, but wait. That's the thing. That's going to blow box office records out the roof.
Yeah,
That already has the insider knowledge. You see, that already has Everyman the biggest pre-orders they've ever had, ever.
Oh wow!
Right.
People are saying it's gonna hit 2 billion really fast. Really fast.
Is it coming out
2
Christmas?
billion, 2 billion's massive.
Yeah,
coming-
trust me,
it's coming
that's
out next
what I read earlier.
Yeah, it's coming out before Christmas.
Next week.
Oh, is it next week, is it?
Or this week, if you're listening to this podcast.
I love the stage show.
I've only just got You Can Be Popular out of my head. It's gonna
I've
start
never
again.
seen or heard it. So
Is that what that's from?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Kurt's staying very quiet, talking about musicals.
Yeah, I was going to say, needless
He
to
ain't
say, I
seen
won't be part of the 2 billion.
It's like they will not. My money will not be part of that.
You'll go watch Oz the Great and Powerful instead of Spite.
A Wizard of Oz, Return to Oz. Remember that? Oof,
Oh, nah.
frightening.
The Wiz.
Don't watch that, Kurt. The Wiz. Yeah, watch The Wiz. Next.
So, sports story, record-breaking 60 million homes watched the Tyson versus Paul fight, according to Netflix. So, record-breaking night for them. Some fans expressed their anger and disappointment as after Netflix crashed for some people repeatedly through the fight. But the fight itself was actually seen as being quite lackluster as well.
It was absolutely dog shit.
Related story: record-breaking 60 million homes cancel Netflix.
So the thing with this is, it started all right. Tyson came. I did not. By the way, for anyone that thinks I did not stay up and watch this, I woke up in the morning and because it's on Netflix, I just skipped right to the start of the fight, avoided all the bloody entrances. I could skip through every round, between every round when they just sat around getting treatment. It was great. I'm well up for them doing this, so I can just skip through shit like that. But it's a circus, man. It's a modern day circus. This is the equivalent now. Is we can't show abused animals or people with deformities on show anymore because that's obviously completely awful. So what do? The modern day circuses we'll just have old people punching wannabe boxers. Like it was crap. It was the guy is 41 years younger than Tyson, regardless of Tyson being a ex-boxer.
And a
as
legend.
soon as he was in there, it was like, okay, no.
That's an old bloke.
That's an old bloke.
He had an injury as well, didn't he? He had a knee injury.
That's a guy who is 2 years away from being a senior citizen.
If I really was Mike Tyson, I'd really just go for that other lad's ear.
Well, I can't tell, because I'd like to believe it was legitimate, but then again,
It wasn't, because there was all sorts of weird rules and stuff like that.
no, but I mean the actual fight was that
Bigger gloves, weren't
they? Fine, but the actual fight in terms of who could win and who would lose, I'd like to think was legitimate. But Tyson started like he was gonna smash him, and then backed off, and then by the third round, he was just absolutely gassed. He just couldn't move properly.
As if he were do you reckon it's as if he were told, "Don't knock him out"?
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure that would have been in the paperwork.
Wasn't that a thing with Tyson anyway? Though he he never went the distance. It was always knockout or
he fucked him up before three rounds. That man.
That's it. Like he's built for like explosive power, not long.
He's like Clubber Lang in Rocky 3.
Like half,
you only have to be hit by him once.
Half his knockouts or something were like first round. He's just so ridiculous. But the thing that worries me about this, outside of the boxing, is Netflix delving into these live things. In December, they start their WWE contract where they're streaming Raw
is that
and
happening?
SmackDown live every week. Well, SmackDown outside of America live on the thing.
Yeah.
Now, I think they'll be fine for weekly shows because they will obviously have 60 million people watching. But for stuff like the Royal Rumble and WrestleMania,
it's going to crash.
They will do. And if they crash during those events, then
you'll flip a table, won't you, mate?
People will go skits. But again, no, because now that it's on Netflix, I can just wake up in the morning and skip through all the crap. It's great.
Yeah.
You
Love it.
don't have to pay for any WWE
Nope,
things
it's
anymore.
all
do you?
part of the. I never did. It's all part of the stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's all part of the
Yeah,
the package.
that's mint. That's mint.
But yeah, it was
Cool.
it was an exhibition that I was kind of looking forward to, hoping that Tyson would just knock him out.
Just to shut him
Yeah,
up.
Oh, yeah, I was hoping he would have taken his head
but
off.
you soon start watching it and go, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
You know, Jake Paul can now join Wayne Rooney as one of only two 27-year-olds to go 18 minutes with a pensioner.
Hi.
You're not 27.
Shit. Cool. Next.
We've lost our newsreader.
It's all right. Someone else
Hang
do
on.
it.
I'll jump in. Weird World web time anyway. We're almost at the
You
end.
like this one, Noodles?
Yep. Go.
No, you're gonna hate. You're actually gonna hate this one, Noodles, but you're gonna love it at the same time.
I feel targeted.
Use your PlayStation to keep your pizza warm with Pizza Hut's Pizza Warmer, spelt
I hate this.
PIZZAWRMR.
What?
I hate this. I hate
The hottest
this.
console upgrade is here, according to Pizza Hut. They've delved into the gaming field, which is strange to say the least. Did they make a pizza-inspired game? No. They created a gaming accessory that doesn't improve a game, but improves your pizza. The Pizza Warmer is a 3D printed case for Sony's PlayStation 5 that keeps your pizza warm. The
So
Pizza
it's just a
Warmer...
USB thing.
No, it's cleverer than that, Oodles. The Pizza Warmer uses the heat exhaust from the PlayStation 5 to keep your
for
pizza and cheese sticks toasted. In the model, there's a tunnel that channels the heat from the warm air pipe to the pizza. However, note that you can't buy this funny gadget in stores. Instead, Pizza Hut has given users 3D printed instructions to create the product themselves.
Does that stop them from any hazards as well because of that?
Maybe, yeah. Pizza Warmer's design actively incorporates intricate details, including an exterior featuring a red roof that mirrors the iconic Pizza Hut roofs. The roof or lid of the design is able to open on a hinge like a laptop, allowing for easy access to your pizza. Your PlayStation will fit securely in the model, which has room for several pizza slices. And if you actually
I'm just sorry. I'd like Stig will back me up on this. Who the fuck's not eating the pizza straight away?
I know, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Probably Candy keeping
What
those
the
handles
fuck
warm.
is wrong with Candy? Yeah, I like to save that. I like to save that for
no,
tomorrow.
It has to be hot, piping hot, or stone cold. No in between.
Just trying. Why can't I go to the messages on this?
Don't know, but I'm
There we go.
horrified by this.
There you go. There's a Google image link in the chat. Go look at it. It's horrendous.
Seen it already.
You're right. Oodles did hate it. It was great. It was
Oh,
fantastic.
look at
Oh,
that!
I love it. I love it.
Grow up!
I should say Candy would love it, not Oodles.
Absolutely love it.
Oh,
You
Look
keep
at
your handles
that.
warm, Candy.
Space age.
next to your Xbox fridge, and you're effing
Oh, my Xbox fridge
StarCraft
melted.
watch, however it's called.
Ironically enough.
Yeah, no, it blew up. Yeah, I'd get that.
That
Well,
pisses
you've
me
got,
off.
You've got to make it with a 3D printer.
I do.
Yeah, get him to make it for you.
Just don't think I haven't already texted him.
I didn't think people with 3D printers had mates. Never mind.
No, they're customers.
Yeah, they have customers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be your friend. Cool.
It's like,
Let's move on to the main
it's like when you
show.
work in tech support, you no longer have older relatives, you have support clients.
Yeah, it's true. It's very, very, very true. Cool. Let's move on to the main show. Thanks as well, Kurt, for your contribution. He's back now, by the way. He's come out of the black hole wherever he
ask him.
disappeared to.
What do you think of the PS5 pizza warmer?
Pizza Hut.
You're on mute, Kurt. Oh, so it feels like a work meeting.
Yeah, that's
Something.
Shite.
yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah, I won't be buying one. Put it that way.
Candy's already bought one. Right, let's go down to the Nexus. I'm going to start. I've got a few things to roll off, then my main thing. So, I promised Candy and Stig last week I'd watch Arcane. I watched the first season of Arcane. I've got problems.
Oh, no.
I loved it.
Oh, thank God.
That's my problem. I loved it. I didn't
amazing.
realise it was a character study piece between Vi and
Jinx.
yeah. Now I can tell you this: I don't get the obsession with Jinx. I think that's my least favourite character in it. I think she's just Harley Quinn, and I don't like Harley Quinn. We all know this.
But Vi's the girl.
Vi's amazing. I'm not going to go into massive detail, but I do like it's Game of Thrones-esque. Multiple people, again, slamming on tables, sometimes banging on tables. And it's all these machinations happening to gain control. I've only seen the first season, but I really, 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 really liked it. And I agree with some people, it's distractingly pretty sometimes.
You definitely have to give it 2 watches.
You can't focus, can you, sometimes?
Yeah,
it's the scene on the bridge. It's that pose from Jinx when she raises her gun.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of scenes on bridges as well. If you notice in the first season, almost all the big battles are on bridges, and I think that's to signify the bridges being burnt, shall we say, between Piltover and Zaun.
But yeah, I'm not going to go into it much. But all I can say, their recommendations are valid.
But
Absolutely valid.
Oodles, before you move on though, bear in mind what it looks like and the whole kind of steampunk cyber fantasy thing that they've got going on with it. Yeah. That studio doing Dishonored as a TV show.
I don't like Dishonored that much, but I think they could do it justice. Saying that, I don't like League of Legends.
Yeah.
It's got nothing that. That's got nothing to do with it.
As we watch it, the visual, the stylization on the characters just constantly reminded me of how the characters look in Arcane's games.
Yeah, but apart from
ironically
that little
enough,
hamster man, that little hamster professor, he's...
Oh, Heimlich remover.
Heimlich remover. That's what it is. Yeah, the little hamster guy. He doesn't fit in Dishonored, does it?
No.
It's so odd.
But yeah.
Because of obviously it taking place in like League of Legends world, that you have characters like that, and it just like
you just think, what the fuck are you?
Yeah, like, why is this little fucking dog creature running around like? There's a few like that. There's a few monsters and little creatures, isn't there? But
and you think, what the fuck are you doing? It'd have been better without them. But yeah, really recommend it. The other thing you guys recommended, I don't know if you recommended, but I did it anyway. I watched The Substance. Nah. Hated it. Absolutely. And I don't think it's a bad film. I just hated it.
I was going to say, was it hated it because you didn't like the film or hated it because
no,
it
it's a good film.
Up?
Loads of boobies in it. Loads.
Few too many.
Yeah.
I get you.
It's yeah, there's a few too many tits in it. But yeah, weird. But also, I want to talk really briefly. I've not finished this yet, but I got Metal Slug Tactics. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Does anyone? I know someone does it. Like Into the Breach.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes.
Buy this game.
Yeah, it's definitely on my radar.
It's basically
Into the Breach.
Yeah, it's Into the Breach where you get three units, you place them on a map, and you kill things in a puzzle-style fashion where there's always an ideal path to kill things, but you can kind of... This game does it slightly differently, where Into the Breach you were more monitoring how many steps you could use. This is about constantly moving your units, because you get more defense by moving them more, so it's actively like gearing you towards movement and position. But I highly recommend it. If there's a demo, play it. If it's on Steam, download it. You'll know if you like it in an hour or not. It's really fucking good.
As well.
It's on Game Pass. It's really fun. If you like tactical puzzle RPG style things. But don't worry about the RPG side to it. It's not like you've got expansive trees or anything like that. It's not like that at all. It's just moving on to the next one, roguelike-ish. Moving on to the next one, and yeah, it's really fucking good and funny and just looks lovely. But the main thing I want to talk about has scared me this week. I received a very ominous package this week in the post with my name on it and my address, with this game in it, Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Ooh.
Now, I still don't know who sent me this, which is frightening. It is a used copy. It wasn't sealed. It was used. Someone sent me this, and I know people that send me stuff's handwriting, So it's nobody unless they've got someone else to write it. I don't know who fucking sent me this. Now, if anyone's ever played Silent Hill 2, it's quite fucking poignant. Because in Silent Hill 2, the main character gets a letter from his dead wife. And he goes on an adventure to find his dead wife in the aforementioned town, Silent Hill. All the way, I'm about... Gadget, can you remember Silent Hill 2 much?
Yeah, I remember a lot of it.
Just finished the hospital. So 25%, something like that.
The hospital's quite far towards the end, isn't it?
Not in this fucking game, it's not, mate. I'm only about... It's a 15-hour game.
So if I remember
it's expanded massively.
If I remember rightly from the original Silent Hill, you get into town, there's some stuff to do in the town, you do the apartments.
Yep.
Then there's a bit more to do in the town, then you get the
hospital.
bar. No, you get the bar first, then you do the hospital.
Yeah.
Then it's the labyrinth, and then it's the hotel, and then it's the end. If I remember rightly.
Well, I'm about, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours in, fully, on my thing, and I've just got left the hospital.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There's a lot of in the town at the beginning, there's a lot of this and that. Unfortunately, this is fucking brilliant as well. I absolutely adore it. And I'm going to say this right now. I think it's a better remake than the Resident Evil 2 one.
Oh, shit. I'm glad you said that because I've asked Father Christmas for it.
Me too. Controversial
I think
I
think the original Resident Evil 2 is a better game. But what this does, like Resident Evil 2 Remake made it modern and like frightening and scary, but it lost some of its areas and stuff. It lost some of its B-movie-esqueness, didn't it? This,
I think it kept a lot of that.
It kind of did, but
I chased by a giant man in a trench coat for most of it.
Yeah, but in the original Resident Evil 2, that was on scenario B. So let's nitpick. I still think Resident Evil 2 Remake is a 10 out of 10 because it came at perfect time and it's perfect. This game, it's a 9 out of 10 so far, and the reason why I really, really, really like it is the fact that an anonymous person sent me it, which has scared me all while playing it because I keep thinking about that anonymous person sending it, which has really fucked me up. This is truly terrifying. And it's not terrifying in the way like Alien Isolation or Dead Space is terrifying. This is the dread terrifying where you think something's coming and it's not. If you play Silent Hill 2, you kind of understand what I mean, but imagine that in stunning graphics, with stunning control scheme and like over-the-shoulder third-person camera, good combat, really good combat. Like,
is there more combat in it? Because one of the things
I don't think so. No.
One of the things with Silent Hill 2 was it really leaned into the fact that James sucked. Like he
sucks in this.
He wasn't a fighter.
He's a shit shot.
So you could, outside of like some of the main dungeon areas, like most of the time when you're in Silent Hill itself, you can avoid most fights because that would make sense rather than wasting all your ammo.
So the game has probably the best accessibility options I've seen in a modern game. I do need to preface that this is Bloober Team, a company that me and Gadget together hated. What they've done with this and turned it around is just flabbergasted. Like I said, the accessibility is insane. If you don't want it as scary, you can turn it down. If you don't want to see blood, you can make it green. If you've got issues with colorblindness or any kind of thing, it can be changed. If you want your subtitles massive, because I love having big subtitles, and a lot of games forget that big subtitles. If you want a really big UI, you've got this. If you want the combat to be easier, you can choose less enemies. If you want the puzzles to be easier or harder, you can do this. And
that was in the original Silent Hill. You always had you always had combat difficulty and puzzle difficulty.
There's a lovely puzzle at one point where you've got to collect some books and put them in order. If you play it on the hardest puzzle difficulty, you have to know about Shakespeare.
Yeah, that's in the original, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, wow, because I put the puzzles up to max and left the combat just standard.
Right.
And what this game does with its control scheme, to me, is perfect for this genre. So, right trigger, just R2, just smash in that. You know, with haptic triggers on the PS5, You swing your melee weapon, whatever melee weapon you've got, you swing it to a certain degree of heaviness and stuff like that. You can do some light swings to knock them away, or you can do some really heavy, like, poof, haymakers. If you hold L2, you aim your gun and shoot, and you can do this instantly. You can combo it up really, really fast. Also, they've given them a dodge button, which means when you see enemies rearing up for an attack, you can dodge out of the way in any 360. Don't get me wrong, it does not make James an absolute badass. He's a crap shot. He actively gets annoyed at himself. He gets angry when he misses, and he misses a lot because he's just not a good shot. He's an everyman. He's nothing. So even the enemies prefer you to. They get taken down quicker by whacking them, which is cool. And Gadget, can you remember the how good it is when you're just stomping on an enemy?
It's a good stomp. James stomped so that Isaac Clarke could murder things in space.
Yeah, but when like on this, because they've given the character so much character, like James is going, he's losing his mind. He's losing his mind as it's going, because he is a mentally ill man. I'm not going to spoil the game to you, but this man is mentally ill, and everyone he meets is mentally ill. That's what it is. That's what the whole thing is. And it's just like this almost, I don't know, Twin Peaks-ish kind of jaunt into just madness, like a literal silent town where there's 4 people maybe alive, and everything's out to get you, but you can't trust your own senses. You don't know what world you're in. You don't know. Like, James comments like, why am I doing this fucking puzzle? While he's just walking about, you know what I mean? Why am I having to do this? This is ridiculous. He's always questioning stuff. In the original game, he just went along for the ride, didn't he? He went asked.
Well, he only talked in cutscenes.
Exactly. In this, he talks to his son all the time, and it's quite good.
That needs to be in more games, doesn't it? Like, why is this random puzzle here?
He gets really annoyed, and there's bits in it, Gadget, that, like, do you know, I keep talking to Gadget because I know he's absorbed Silent Hill 2 in the past. Do you know, like, you see there's cars stranded and stuff like that? In this, with your melee weapon, you can smash cars and pull out ammo. You smash windows. Any window in the game, you can smash it. Like, there's one bit where there's a puzzle to do, and it's so funny. It's really early in the beginning. There's a puzzle to do, and I was like, I can't wrap my head around this. Then I just looked at left, and then a pop-up said, if you want, you can just smash wall. You just smash through it, which you'd think you'd do in real life, wouldn't you? If you saw a really bad wall, you think, I'm not going to fuck about looking for a key. I'm going to smash the wall and go through. And he does, and he goes, well done. Do you know what I mean? It's proper fucking awesome. That's the best way to describe it. It's awesome, and the reverence to its source material. Bloober Team have done fucking good, man. It's fucking brilliant. And it's not lost its weird charm, like when you meet Maria, and she's just constantly flirting with you, and she seems like she's on all the fucking pharmaceuticals. She seems off her head constantly. And even he questions, like, are you on something? And she's like, I'm on you, baby. And he's like, fuck off. I'm looking for my wife. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like, it's really, really good. It's better than Alan Wake 2. It's better than Alan Wake 2.
I've seen some clips of the cutscenes with Maria. And
she's weird, man.
Well, yeah, but I would argue they've made it too weird. There
is moments where I think she's a bit too weird.
So, like, in the original, she is very flirtatious with James, but in a way that's really natural, because of 4 plot reasons. Yeah. But you kind of, it's like saucy, suggestive dialogue that works in the scene that it's in and for the character. Whereas, like, the clips I've seen of Maria in the remake really make it look like they've kind of made a kind of arch vampy kind of thing, and like she's one shot of vodka away from just removing all pretense and saying, "Here's your dick."
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. I agree. She is, but I mean, she's not as subtle as she was. But there's moments when, do you know, when you're just walking around the town with her and stuff like that, and you can, if you look behind her, she's popping pills. She's off a nut. She's absolutely off.
That wasn't in the original game, and there's only one scene where you walk around town with her in the original game.
Oh, yeah, I've done it loads. She walked around most hospital with me and stuff like that, and it's changed a lot. Do you know what it does as well? If you know the original, you'll see a place that you saw in the original, and it does this little like kind of flashback thing, and for the game to say, "This is not we're not doing that in this one." But we like that you remembered. Do you know what I mean? They're like, there's some little reverence to it. It's like, oh, thanks for remembering. That's where it was, but we're not doing that this time. We're doing this instead.
Yeah, no, you don't actually spend too much time with Maria in the game. It's more she will appear in a cutscene or she'll appear in an area, talk to you for a bit.
Go to sleep.
And then she'll send you off on your way. Or she'll be trapped behind something, you have to get her out, and then you unlock the door and she's gone. You know, it's that
No,
kind
she follows you in this, and she will fight enemies back and stuff like that. Very crappily. She doesn't kill them, you have to finish them off.
Fair enough.
But I genuinely think this is a sensational game. It's edging towards Gotti territory, and I've not finished it. But again, add another point because a scary admirer sent it me. Which is... How frightening is that when you think about it? When you don't know who sent you something and they sent it.
Well, you can cross me off your list because I really want to play it and I haven't had a chance yet. So
Yeah,
if any admirers want to send it to me as well, that'd be lovely.
I've seen your handwriting, mate. I've seen all of you here's handwriting. It's someone else. Maybe it is Mary.
Maybe it's Maria.
My dead wife, Mary.
It's Becky.
Maybe. It's Becky. Oh, no. Not Becky. But yeah, I highly, I've not finished it, so I can't really give it, but reviewing progress score like 9 out of 10. I fucking adore this. And it's really long. Like the average time to play is 17 hours apparently. Oof. So you get a lot of meat.
Mental.
You get a lot of meat.
The original game was 6.
Yeah, I know.
They've added 11 hours of content to it.
They've expanded the town. There's a lot more like optional things you can do as well, getting optional puzzles, and
do you need
you'll like it. You will look. I know Gadget will turn around and go, fuck, I love this and I hate that I do. It's so good.
It's time to forgive Bloober Gadget. It's time.
Yeah.
No.
Just no.
Time.
What have they actually, apart from the medium, what have they made?
The medium.
That's it.
Layers
the
of
medium.
Fear.
Layers of Fear, the Observer. Did they do Observer? I think they did.
Yeah, they did Observer.
I didn't hate the medium. I didn't like it that much.
We did.
I hate
it. Was fucking crap.
I hated the medium as well because they fucking came out and tried to say this is like our take on Silent Hill. And like it got me excited. Like it got me in it. And it was shite.
I think the concept was fun. I thought it was cool that you could whatever. I liked it. It was all right.
What the fuck was the monster though?
Oh,
yeah,
the Troy monster.
Monster. Yeah, weird. But yeah, please if you want psychological transcendental horror in your life,
play the original Silent Hill 2.
No, play this one. I think it's a remake where it's better than the original so far. It could absolutely shit the bed and go, now you have to do a gauntlet. Do you know what I mean? That would shit the bed. But I love it so far. Let's move on to Kurt, our guest.
All right. So I've had a mostly film focus week this week. So
it'd been funny if you'd have come on and gone, I've had a Biggie week, and then just.
Yeah, I made the effort to watch a couple of.
You listening, Biggie?
In prep. So the first thing I watched was a film called Crossing. I don't know if you're familiar with this Stig in particular, because I know that you're the film guy.
Cinema guy.
Yeah, so I signed up for a month's free trial on Mubi because I wanted to watch The Substance. But so that's on the watch list. But yeah, so there's a film that was recommended to me from this. It's a 2024 film, and it's I think it's Turkish or no, sorry, it's Swedish. Well,
I've seen the poster of this before.
Yeah. So the premise is that it's a retired teacher promises to find her long lost niece who is sorry, the word is she's transgender, and her search takes her to Istanbul. So this retired teacher lives in Georgia and is Georgian herself. So yeah, that's the premise. So on paper it doesn't sound, I guess, particularly interesting, but
it's not Indiana Jones, is it?
No, and it's definitely more of a talky film. But it just tells a really heartwarming story about this lady's journey to go and find her niece. I would say that I'm kind of taken aback at just how many awards it's been nominated for, and I get the praise it's had. It's definitely like one of those film festival films.
It's got an 83 on Metacritic.
Yeah,
that's a good film.
Like, personally for me, I'd just give it I rated it on Letterboxd 3 stars.
Cool.
Because it told a heartwarming story, but I didn't really think it wasn't really doing anything in terms of like the transgender issues. It
wasn't breaking boundaries.
No, not at all. Not for me anyway. Like, the acting's great, and it kind of reminded me a little bit of like films like Midnight in Paris and Lost in Translation, because this Georgian woman can't speak Turkish, and it's
them character study drama type thing.
Yeah, it's like similar, like you discovering this new environment, this new city,
culture.
Yeah. So it was okay. Maybe you might find it more interesting if you to give it a watch, Stig. So I know that you like to take into account some of the better films of the up for award nominations. And then after Crossing, I watched a film that I know Stig has watched this year, Robot Dreams. So again, this was another one that has been highly praised, and it's another foreign film, even though it's not got any dialogue in it. And again, I enjoyed it, but I still didn't really see the hype around it and why people value it so highly. What came to mind to me when I had finished the film was this was very heartwarming story. It's quite emotional in places, but it just seemed to me like, before a big Disney Pixar film, and I don't know.
Oh, them little shorts.
Shorts, yeah.
Yeah.
It just reminded me like of one of those, but stretched over 90 minutes.
I get that. But,
Okay.
I get that. But I just
so it doesn't mean it necessarily bad, or I just thought, it was just I didn't see why it was so like groundbreaking. It was just a nice, heartwarming film, but I've seen better films that are aimed at kids, I guess. So I didn't think it was like particularly funny, and I don't. It isn't really going for the comedy, I wouldn't say, but
it's supposed to be heartwarming, judging from these reviews.
I'm not really sure whether it's aimed at kids or it's more intense.
It says here a children's animated film for adults.
Yeah, because it's a silent film, really. Like the only
kids are going to
the only
like, why is he
noises
not
you
screaming?
get really are from the kind of environments and the music, and all the music in it's like, it's like Earth, Wind and Fire. It's stuff like that. It's not.
It looks like an episode of fucking Family Guy.
Yeah. But I really, really liked it. But I do understand what Kurt means when he said like it's basically one of those short films spread out. Like, I can completely see that. Also, you would say like if that dog really missed his robot, like he could have gone to that beach like quite easily. It's like he did put up too much of an effort to get on that. Oh, it's padlocked. Never mind. I'll come back when it's open.
Should have done what he does on Silent Hill 2. Just smash it.
Yeah.
Get through.
Another thing I found really odd with it was the amount of. I don't think it is product placement though, but they just use products in it, like Heinz ketchup. That's in there.
It pays for the film, mate.
It probably is product placement in some form or other. Yeah.
Definitely pays for the film.
But it's I don't know. And then this isn't a film, but last night I watched the Half-Life 2 documentary, which is 2 hours on Half-Life 2. And I found it really, really good. Like anyone that's interested in Half-Life 2, to me it's an essential watch. Like,
is it the 20-year anniversary one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's quite a few new bits that I didn't know before about the game. It's just about the game's development, really. A lot of talking heads, and they've got Gabe in there. So I don't want to spoil it for people because I do think that there is some interesting stuff in there. Like my favourite level in any video game ever is the bridge in Half-Life 2. And
it's a good level.
It's a good level.
They talk about the design. The designers talk about that level and like how it came.
There's a lot going off.
Yeah, like if you can remember playing it, you are you go underneath the bridge, crawling along the what do you call it? The girders.
It's under the support structure underneath the bridge, isn't it? You've got to get to the far end to unlock something to then go back along.
Yeah. Now, if you remember that, some of the girders that you have to walk along are really narrow.
Yeah.
So they had to do some bits and pieces with the code to ensure that the player. So like even though it looked narrow, it was actually made to be a lot thicker. It was just invisible because otherwise players would be
like
really
the hitboxes off the floor were big.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because otherwise people would be falling off. Yeah. So that was interesting, and then a lot of good stuff in there about pacing some of the other levels. So yeah, definitely worth watching. And what Gabe says at the end of it makes me more convinced than ever that there will be an episode 3 at some point.
Ooh.
Like it still might be 10 years away or whatever, but I do think that he wants to make it. He's
the boss.
Yeah, like he's always said, and he kind of just reiterates it here, that it needs to offer something that's groundbreaking again. And I know
before
he
does it,
but yeah, they need to push the needle in some way. Like they show footage of work that they've done on episode 3 before. Like they have this gloopy enemy which looked quite interesting. But yeah, they're just waiting for someone to have a good enough idea, I guess, for how they can.
I had a conversation with a friend about this today, and I think that's an absolute cop out. I'm sorry, but like they planned on telling a story. They had Half-Life 2 came out in 2004. Episode 1 came out in 2006. Episode 2, 2007. Why was nothing planned to finish this off in 2008 and 2009?
2009.
Why did they not plan this out and say this is where we're going? Because at that point, you didn't need something to be inventive and groundbreaking. You were just continuing in that same game engine.
You needed an ending.
And that same story, and you needed an ending. And what happened was something else came along and took their interest and their time and money. And
it was left there.
And then they went, oh shit! Now we've left it too long. Now we need to think of something inventive. What they should have done is just finish that story, and then we'd be waiting for Half-Life 3. But you could get away with that excuse. But
have they never sent out a manuscript of what's going to happen? Does anyone know what's going to happen to that story?
I just don't. I feel like it's just. I love the game, and I think they're a great company, and they've done some brilliant stuff.
But it's
a bit of a piss take for fans to invest their time and money in this story, and nearly 20 years later go, oh, we might finish it.
You might be dead when it comes out.
Bordering George R.R. Martin here. Stop fucking around with other stuff and give people what they want.
Get it out.
Yeah, I do kind of wish he would just say, we will finish it. When, though, we don't know. But rest assured.
It's not good enough for Stig. He wants a date.
I just wish they'd just done it then. They had that 4-year window there to do those 3 episodes and finish Half-Life 2.
Imagine if they do it now, though, that 3rd episode in the same graphics the last ones were. Just thought, fuck it.
We've still got it. It's technically, we've got it. It's on a file. It's on a floppy disk somewhere.
Yeah.
We lost it. That's all it is. Someone lost the hard drive. That's the only reason they haven't released it.
It's gone, mate. It's gone. Cool. Is that everything?
I am looking forward to watching that, though.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it. Me.
Let's move on to Gadget, who's been to the Emerald Isle.
I have. I drank, I ate, I was merry. I also did some work, so I've been thoroughly exhausted this week.
See that first-class lounge on fucking ferry?
Yeah, it was great. In fact, on the way over there, parents of children on the pod will recoil in horror at this.
Mm.
So you know when you're traveling with like a 5-6-year-old and like you're tired, they're clearly fidgety, you need to give them something to do. Yeah?
Yeah.
And most parents would give them a Switch or an
Hypno.
iPad or something
Sorry.
like that, or whiskey and knock them out. Well, the set of parents who were in this first class lounge with us, they had a different idea. They were going to give their kid a one of those sets to make friendship bracelets with.
Well, like Stig's wife.
Like Stig's wife, yeah. Kid, clearly impatient, did not want to wait for them to open the box for her, so she just tore it open. Beads everywhere.
No.
Every fucking where.
Oh, that makes my shit itch.
So that relaxing 2-hour ferry ride that they were going to have was spent cleaning up 1,000 beads
In the first class lounge.
In the first class lounge.
I bet you were furious.
I was
I'm going to write a strongly worded email to this ferry company.
Oh no, I was fine with it. I had my beer, I had my coffee, I had I had the Steam Deck. I wasn't getting up.
Just watching the chaos unfold.
Yeah, why not?
Fair.
So things I've done this week are stuff that have kind of been talked about or don't have enough detail yet to be really long about, so I'll just rattle through them quickly.
Let's go.
First off, Silo Season 2 dropped this week, or at least the first episode did, because Apple TV are bastards and want to make us wait a week for each episode.
Good. I'm like that now.
No, 3 a week.
Sick of,
Arcane's got it right.
Yeah,
3 a
that's
week,
all right. I'm
perfect.
Six
sick
a
of
week.
binge watching. By the time you get to it, by the time I get to Cobra Kai, Ubils, I've finished it all.
I don't mind that. It's just I'd settled myself down. I was looking for a good couple episodes of it. But either way, it's still very good. Rebecca Ferguson is still fantastic as Jules. Visual design is great. There's a couple of diversions from the events of the book in this first episode that start, but they make sense and it works. And yeah, I like it. It's really good. So
Adaptations can do that. I need to keep telling people this. You can adapt.
Next thing, last night we also watched Will and Harper on Netflix.
I told you it's great. Were you crying?
I wasn't crying. I didn't actually find it as sad or as kind of weepy as you did.
Oh, I'm just bleeding out, me.
No. Don't get me wrong. I thought it was really lovely and really sweet.
Mm-hmm.
And quite kind of revealing of how Harper's had to deal with her transition, things that she did to try and cope. And
Yeah.
I think the saddest bit for me was the house in kind of back end of California.
Oh,
That was horrible to see.
yeah.
But yeah, I just thought it was this really heartening road trip for the
You
majority
admit
of
that
us.
it's an important film, though.
Oh yeah, very important. Yeah, it's a side of transgenderism you very rarely get to see. So yeah, I was very happy with it. I didn't cry, but I thought it was a really, really good show.
I'm just a mess when I watch stuff like that. Fucking mess. Yeah.
I really like the scene where they go for dinner in Las Vegas. I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, it's so good.
But you know, by the end, you see just the quality of their friendship and how much they.
But I know
clearly love
Harper's
each other.
doing a book soon, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And the last thing, I've binged this kind of in the last week, mostly when I was driving around Northern Ireland. So because we are kind of in between seasons on Scorched Sheep, I'm back into my kind of D&D podcast to just try and get some like weird little inspirations or weird little interactions that I can kind of foist upon you when we start up Scorched Sheep again.
Yeah.
So I went back to Dungeons and Daddies and their third season because I didn't get on with their second season very well. But their third season play, and they're not doing D&D, they're doing Call of Cthulhu. So they're doing kind of cosmic horror in 1950s America, middle America in Nebraska. And the series is called the Peachyville Horror. And I swear it is one of the funniest things I've ever listened to. They are fucking insane as a group. And I've binged through all 12 episodes that are out of it so far. It is genuinely one of the funniest tabletop role-playing shows I've ever listened to.
12 episodes. Rookie numbers.
Oh yeah, rookie numbers compared to us. But yeah, it's just worth listening to. I think they're really funny. They've got really good production values. They aren't really playing the game properly. They are just fucking around as friends, but that's where their comedy derives from. They interrupt each other
Candy gets
constantly.
it.
They fuck around with the rules. They interrupt each other because
I get it.
Go on.
okay, they fuck around with the rules a lot. They fuck around with the DM.
I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah. They deliberately run things off the rails or do really stupid, silly shit. There's one episode where one of the characters has just managed to get himself trapped in an air vent for an entire episode.
I love that. I fucking love that.
I can only escape out of it by changing the size of his body using Cthulhu magic.
Didn't we encounter a Cthulhu type creature in our campaign? Didn't
You
it
did,
swallow Candy's character?
It
'Cause I
did.
shot her.
No,
I feigned death her.
Never forget.
You cast Feign Death on it to see if you could save her. And had, ironically, the exact opposite reaction.
Ironically, the sleeping hidden one decided to gobble her up.
There's one episode, the latest episode that's out now, which is episode 12, goes into the backstories of one of the characters, Trudy Trout, who's she's like
I like that name.
The character in the show is a put upon housewife.
Yeah.
And the typical 1950s housewife, everything must be perfect, that kind of thing. And they do something that I've never heard with a D&D podcast do before. They really go actually into her psyche, and they do this kind of inside out thing with like the 4 elements of her psyche. So basically, they all play different bits of her psyche.
That's cool.
And it's like, yeah, I'm going to rip that off a Score Cheap Season 2 at some point because that was fucking brilliant.
El plagiarismo strikes again.
Hey, the best DMs know how to steal effectively.
Hey.
But
Flattery,
yeah,
isn't it?
the reason I'm bringing it, if you fell off season 2 of Dungeons and Daddies, because a lot of people did, they actually make jokes about it at the beginning of this season. That a lot of people did.
What if people fall off our season 2?
No, they won't, because we're brilliant at it. Try this, because it's really good. It's a different system. They've changed DM, so it was
Greg.
Anthony Birch as the DM. He's now moved to one of the players. Will Campos is now the DM.
Imagine we try that.
And yeah, it's really funny.
Not for season 2.
No.
I've DM'd, it was successful.
Yeah.
I don't think you could do a full
Great.
campaign, Noodles, no offence.
I get fucking bored. I'd be like, and you all fall down a pit and die.
Yeah.
Roll more than a
But,
1 to survive. Less than a 1,
There are
sorry.
Roll a 0 to survive.
there are opportunities for the three of you who haven't DM'd to do one shots.
I don't have that kind of brain power.
Yes, you do,
I can
Candy.
barely play as a player.
Candy, what about us adventuring in Candyland and you just get to throw all the weird shit in your brain, like some kind of twisted horror?
You can't handle that.
I thought more of a Candy's like Somerset visit, where it's just D&D campaign where people just go on holiday to Somerset and nothing bad happens, or wherever she's from, wherever she lives, cider country, where nothing bad happens.
Yeah, we all
and
just
everyone lived happily ever.
Yeah, we just drink cider and yeah, it's all right. Drive each other's tractors and we have a gay old time.
She's been on the cider.
Roll
there,
10
she
to
has.
thanks drive. Cheers drive.
I have been on a lot of the cider actually.
Oh, yeah.
The other thing with Call of Cthulhu is it's the way you play the game is inverse to D&D. Low scores are what you want. Oh. So if we were to play Call of Cthulhu, that's how Biggie would end up rolling high.
Biggie was
bully him
doing
when
well
it's
though
not,
at the end of Scorched.
Yeah, he was,
His
because he
look
finally put
changed.
some points into his character properly.
Don't
Anyway,
spoil
yeah.
it.
Yeah, Dungeons and Daddies season 3, well worth a listen. But yeah, that's kind of been my week.
Yeah, you've been on business holiday.
I swear I've never been so tired as I've been this week. Fucking 4 days of 8-hour-long meetings.
Bleh. How many chinos did you see?
6 separate pairs.
Oh, gross.
Chino.
Stick have been there with fucking hard on.
There was also the worst kind, American chinos, because 2 of the guys there were Americans.
American chinos. Stay away from me.
I've got maroon chinos.
Of course you have. Bleh.
I was wearing me black
They are
jeans throughout
nice,
the entire weekend.
nice maroon chinos.
Ugh. Candy, what you been doing this week? You haven't been wearing
Can
chinos,
I-
have you?
I have not.
Can I go instead of Candy? Sorry, Candy. I'm just
That's quite
I'm
all
just
right.
wary that you'll wait for me, and then as soon as I start, one of my kids is going to wake up.
Oh, go for it.
So,
Go for it. Okay, Go for it, Maroon Chino.
I have had a full week of loads of stuff because I've been off all week.
You just can't wait to tell us.
I've sunk a load of hours into Half-Life Alyx finally, now that I've got a decent headset.
His name is Jeff.
I came up to Jeff. I met Jeff. Didn't like Jeff. Scared me, did Jeff?
No one likes Jeff.
Especially when I got locked in an elevator with him. Elevator, fuck me.
Yep.
Lift.
Elevator.
And the worst part of that lifting is where you have to keep your hand over your mouth because Jeff lets off noxious fumes. So he sees via sound, like he's blind, but he sees via sound. If Alyx coughs, you just get charged to death in the lift.
I think I've drank with Jeff. I think I've seen him down Wicked Men's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he loves a flat roof pub.
So I was.
Yeah, I think so.
And you do find him in a vodka
At
factory.
one
Jeff the
point,
Breath.
I'm like on my knees in my living room, crawling forward with my hands stretched out, trying to touch the button so Jeff doesn't. Because every time I walked up to it, normally he'd just kill me. So I'm there, literally like going as slow as I can on my hands and knees, my finger outstretched, touch the button. Right, okay, just gently, just.
Please tell me you've got fucking webcam in your house so I can watch you doing this weird stuff.
No, I didn't. But I wish Kate had filmed me. So. I said, did you take any pictures or film that? She's like, no. I said, oh, that's a shame. Because, like, I would look.
It's a shame because that was me at the weakest.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, Jeff will absolutely destroy your soul eagles.
What would have looked better? What would have looked better was him there with his headset on and his little fucking moustache poking his finger, looking like he's sticking it up someone's ass.
His moustache. It's a beaut. Ridiculous.
It's stunning, babe. It's stunning.
Especially if I sit in this light.
I love it.
It only gets this bit here, right below my nose.
I've had a moustache like that when I drank a coffee. You Gadget.
It's darker than yours.
You've got darker hair than me. That's a cheat. That's a cop-out.
Be like that by the end of the month. Be like that.
Mate, I think it makes you look handsome. I think it's Freddie Mercury vibes, and I'm here for
Kate's
it.
colleague said, oh, it looks good. I was like, you don't have to lie, don't worry. Like, the other thing...
She feels the benefit, remember?
Yeah,
Who knows?
I watched a horror film called Oddity, which was on Kurt's recommendation, actually, which I actually really liked. It came out this year. It was really freaky. It was kind of filled me with a sense of dread, managed to scare me in all the right moments. I think I've come to the conclusion that paranormal horror scares me more than anything.
Same.
You know when things are going to happen. You know like they're creeping around or they're playing with a camera or a flashlight or something. You know that something's going to pop up.
When the closing mirror
Yeah, but
in
it still
bathroom.
gets you.
Hey, you fucker.
But forgive me, Stig, as much as I love hearing anything especially that I've recommended you, but I'm 99% sure that you spoke about Oddity last week. Yeah.
No.
He's getting old. Leave him alone.
I don't know. I only watched it on Tuesday night.
Oh my word.
You wrote in about
pre-COVID.
it.
Time.
Yeah, I
sure
did, but it was in the Discord.
What is time?
I only watched
Nothing but a
I only
flat
watched it.
circle.
I'm gonna re-listen back to the episode.
Yeah, we want them figures. We keep re-listening.
So
Oh, it's the Mandela
last,
effect. Welcome to our universe.
last week, Stig talked about Control, Transformers 1, and Super Slash Man.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'm going insane.
Right.
No, Kurt. He does talk too much in the Discord. That's
Yeah,
the problem.
I do.
It blurs the lines between podcasts.
That's the problem. Right, so 3 main things this week. Well, the first one is I got Dragon Quest, but I can't really talk about it because I haven't really put that much time into
you
it.
haven't finished
And
it.
I don't feel like I can talk about a game I've only put a few hours into. Just have time.
And everyone knows those games get better the more you play them.
So, but yeah, the music's great. I love the way it looks and everything. But yeah, I'll talk about that when I've put more.
How's your little thief Oodles doing?
He's all right. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
good lad.
I did have to kick Biggie out the group though.
Ooh.
So
We brought a
I
candy
brought
in.
candy in. Yeah, originally I just had us lads,
Is she one of them
No,
dancers?
originally I just had those
Or an
lads in
age?
there, and I thought, and the only reason, Candy, I didn't put you in was because we all love Dragon Quest XI, and I thought it's the Dragon Quest lads.
Yeah,
I'll let you
fuck
get
her.
away
But
with
then
it.
I
But you need a token female, though.
Yeah, but then I realised that
Yeah, that's why we hired you.
I know.
probably should have had someone with magic in the group. So yeah, you're our wizard.
And no one's more magical
Yeah.
than Candy.
Magic fingers.
So
I happened to pass across my first Puff in Dragon Quest XI recently.
Did you like it?
While exploring,
How did you feel
around,
after it?
felt a bit dirty afterwards, to be honest. Going around, it was because it was in Gondolia, and you know where you've got the kind of the big stage.
She's
where
under the
boss
bridge
fight
or
is.
something,
Yeah.
isn't she?
She's like, you go underneath it around the back, and it's like, and as you do in a JRPG, you like talking to everyone you go past, and she goes,
Yeah, yeah.
and she goes, the Slash is just leaning up against the wall. Would you like some Puff? I'm like,
She's basically saying, do you want me to
Fucking
wank you
hell.
off under
Yeah.
this bridge?
it's filthy.
there's a
It's
worse
like a
one. There's
kids' game.
there's a worse one later on in a town.
There is a
Yeah.
worse one, a very worse one.
Yeah.
Ooh. But yeah, you're enjoying it, Stig. I'm glad you're enjoying it because it's an important game, especially it's the canonical first game in the whole saga, and I like that you're getting on with it, and you're not into the genre, you're into the
world,
IP.
Yeah. So the reason why I haven't put that much time into that as I wanted to is because I ended up getting a code this week out of the blue.
Oh. And legally, we've got to do it.
For a game that I had, I'd noticed this on, I think, I cannot remember where I've seen it. It was either on Steam and I saw a trailer or something. But this is a game called Locomotive by Robust Games.
Oh, I've seen the trailer for this. I really
Yes.
I hope
So
it's good.
I saw a trailer for it. I cannot remember where I saw the trailer for it at all. But I looked at it and thought, that looks great.
I think it was one of the reveals on the world premiere.
Must have
One of
been
those.
something. Anyway, it's coming out.
I think it was an
It
Xbox
comes out
one.
on Steam on the 21st of November, and I got a review code for it. And so the whole premise of it is you're aboard the Royce Express, and during a speech by a wealthy heiress, Lady Underwald, she's killed, and you have to solve her murder between a straight-laced lawyer, crime novelist turned rookie detective, and an undercover spy find themselves embroiled in a murder mystery and, worst of all, an adventure. And it's kind of like
Hello, Agatha
this
Christie.
it's basically like an Agatha Christie novel, and it's like a side-scrolling adventure. You just go from left to right in the carriages, and it's
Cool.
Point and click. It's very Monkey Island. You have to pick up one item to give to someone else to get someone else to do something. You have to talk to people to get other people around you to interact, so you can steal stuff from them when the back's turned, that kind of stuff. But it's all voice acted. That's one of the things that I absolutely love about it.
Oh, that makes it different then.
So it's got this old pixel art style kind of look to it. But the whole thing is voice acted. Every bit of dialogue. It's not just, you know how, say, let's use Dragon Quest as an example, is that the only certain sections are voice acted, but a lot of the other dialogue is you have to read it. All of this is not like that. Any bit of...
Oh, I've just realised it's called
Yeah.
Loco Motive, as in crazy
Yes.
motive.
But it's on a locomotive.
Ah. Yes.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to
It's
play this.
really good. Now, Kurt, you said you played this on, was it Twitch.io?
Itch.io.
Yeah.
Itch.
Was it all
Yeah.
voice acted then? Or
No.
So they've added this in for
No,
this.
just text.
They've clearly updated this and added all this voice acting in for this Steam
Yeah.
launch.
Oh, it's
I
only
think it's
15
coming
quid
to
on
Switch as well, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think if you really like Monkey Island, it's got that same kind of comedy. You've got a bit of a goofball, characters that you're going around with. You've got this click and point, trying to work out these clues and mysteries. If you like that kind of stuff, you really like this. I'm really enjoying my time with it and really like these characters.
Oh, it's got some good reviews online
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, I really liked it, and I'm not normally a point and click kind of guy. So if I liked it, that's quite a ringing endorsement.
It's allowed you to cross that boundary.
There's a demo on Steam as well.
You'll
Yeah,
love Gadget,
I'm
you'll
not
love it.
sure
You
if-
like Monkey Island, you'll love this.
Oh no, I've seen the trailer for it, and it's like I was immediately sold at just the animation and the visual style.
Yeah, I wonder if the demo is what was on originally available on itch.io.
Might have been, mate. Might have been.
But but I don't know because it did have a definitive end.
Mm.
Oh.
In what I played, and it was only like an hour and a half long.
Oh, well, so they've
like
definitely updated. This is definitely a brand new update.
They've probably took the concept,
so
haven't they?
on their website here, it says, what the origins of Locomotive. Locomotive originally started as a 2-week game jam proof of concept as part of AdvexX Jam 2020 on itch.io. Adam and Joseph enjoyed working on the game jam so much they decided to take the concept and turn it into something bigger. Reimagined full-length story with new chapters, dialogue, and of course slapstick humour. Brand new handcrafted pixel artwork, animations, and cinematic scenes. Yeah, so in between some stuff,
ground
it
up,
shows
isn't it?
like these kind of hand-drawn cinematic like pictures for stuff, which is really good. Take direct control 3 players, feature-length gameplay, so it's approximately 10 hours plus. Fresh point-and-click puzzles, won't leave your head scratching for hours. Fully voice-acted. So they've taken this and just expanded on it into a feature-length full indie game. It's brilliant.
I'm down for this.
It's so good for like a handheld as well, like just sitting there and playing it on your handheld.
And it stopped you playing the big game of the week, Dragon Quest.
Yeah, because
so it's cast your attention away from the big AAA.
Not just because I've got this code. Like, I mean, if I would have played it either this week or next week, but I am enjoying the story and the.
I do apologise as well. Sorry, I should have mentioned that the Metal Slug Tactics. I got a code for that. I do apologise, but I didn't officially review it yet.
Yeah. But the time I've put into this so far, I still have a lot of time to get through it. I'm enjoying it. I really recommend it. I think it's really, really good.
Yeah,
the game of the year show's getting harder, isn't it?
So I put 3 hours into it, to a 10-hour game. So I think a third of it, I feel confident enough to say I'm enjoying this and I will see it through. Right, sorry. 2 more things. I told you I've had a big week, and I've seen 2 of the big releases of the week. Paddington in Peru. Third Paddington.
Got a bear in it.
You all know how much I love Paddington 2. Genuinely think it's one of the best family films ever.
Gadget off, he's
I
gone.
absolutely love Paddington 2. So this takes Paddington and the Brown family out of London and back to Peru in search of... he goes to visit Aunt Lucy and at their bear retirement home. And just before he gets there, she goes off. She goes missing. So the Paddington and the Browns venture out into the Peruvian jungle to go look for her.
It's quite a dangerous part of
the
world.
Paddington thinks because he's a bear and he's from Peru, despite the fact that he didn't really
He's
live
gonna be
there
all
for
right.
very long, that he'll be fine. And obviously,
With his British
he's
accent.
not. Things go wrong. They get into all kinds of problems while they're there. This film isn't directed by Paul King anymore. He went off to do Wonka. So it's now directed by Dougal Wilson, who has never directed a feature-length film before.
Why did they give it?
Not entirely sure. He's very good at commercials and music videos. He's done a lot of the John Lewis adverts, apparently. So
that's why they've got
he's
him.
got that heartstrings and whimsical stuff. Yeah. It also stars Emily Mortimer as Mrs. Brown now instead of Sally Hawkins because she was tied up with another film. Yeah. So yeah, I love the first 2 films, especially the second one, and unfortunately, this one just falls short of it being an all-time trilogy. It isn't bad. Like, the story just wasn't as interesting. I think the setting is kind of ruined with taking Paddington away from the human world and London. And part of the fun of Paddington is him kind of cocking up and not understanding humans and not understanding the way that like the real world
being incarcerated.
Works. Yeah. When you put him in the jungle, like he can be silly and he can kind of trip up on himself and do things wrong. But
how many vines did he trip up over?
Yeah, that
stuff
kind of stuff.
Like, gets a bit dull,
they
doesn't
get in
it?
a shipwreck going down the Amazon River. Like, yeah,
of course they
it's
do.
very cliched in that matter.
Is there a waterfall?
Is there a waterfall? Those rapids. Yeah.
There you go. That'll do.
It's just, it was a bit too silly. which sounds odd for a Paddington film, but for me it just felt a bit too silly. Like they ramped up the fantasy and slapstick a lot more with this one. It made me laugh.
So the kids lapped it up.
Bookended with some real nice, sweet, sentimental moments each side, but it's missing Paul King and Simon Farnaby because neither of them are really involved in it other than being producers. It's missing
Which
Sally
means it turned up
Hawkins'
twice.
whimsy and like empathy of Mrs. Brown. There's something about Emily Mortimer that just doesn't work for me. She's not bad. She just doesn't have that warmth that Sally Hawkins has. But Thingy's good. Antonio Banderas as the riverboat captain is great.
Antonio Banderas.
Olivia Colman as the nun is really good fun. One of the great gags about Antonio Banderas is that all these ancestors and flashbacks and photos that you see are like, they're all him, even the women. Like, that's a really cool good gag. But yeah, it's really fun. But it just didn't hit me like Paddington 2 did. Like, it's a 3 out of 5 star film, but yeah, it didn't hit me like that one.
Yeah.
And finally,
you saw the big one, didn't you?
This week's big release, Gladiator 2. 24 years after Gladiator, Ridley Scott has returned to Rome.
The sequel
for
nobody
the sequel
asked for.
to the Gladiator. Now, I'm happy he's gone this direction and not his original thought, which was
with the heaven
which
thing.
was Maximus fighting wars in heaven,
Gods in heaven,
because that would have been horrendous. But I'm a bit perplexed on people saying that this is shit, because it isn't. And I don't even think it's that much of a rehash of the original either. So, the first third of this film, so the hope set the scene of this film. The point is, you are 16 years later after the events of Gladiator. You are back with in Rome, but you are following Paul Mescal's character is Hanno. And he is he's a general in an African army which is attacked by Pedro Pascal's general Arceus, and he's captured.
So he's a proper centurion.
So he's a general of Rome, and so he's captured and he's sold into slavery and he's picked as a gladiator by Denzel Washington's.
That reminds me of another film.
Yeah, Macrinus. Rome is now run by twin emperors, Emperor Geta and Emperor Caracalla. So they're played by Joseph Quinn and Fred Hatchinger, and they're brilliant. Like, the mad emperors, and like just.
They did do that a few times in the Roman dynasty. They had two emperors.
They'll lead us to kings.
Yeah, we'll lead us to kings. Yeah,
they're mad. They are immature. They're driving Rome into ruin. Got
loads of makeup on.
Loads of makeup. All they care about is war, parties, drinking, and all. Yeah,
orgies.
Basically. And
it's like real leaders today.
So Denzel's character, he buys Paul Mescal and he takes him to Rome. Same setup, right? So that
sounds like a remake.
So I'm sat there watching this for the first third of this film, thinking this is just a rehash of the first film. Like, they're literally like Denzel Washington is literally Oliver Reed's character. Paul Mescal is Russell Crowe's character. Like, there's no difference here at all. Once they hit Rome, completely changes into its own story. It then allows once you get introduced to the emperors, when you get introduced to why the games exist, it then allows for more politicking and more upheaval with the backdrop of the emperors and Rome like kind of in ruin and them being tyrannical leaders. There's a lot of upheaval within the people, so there's a lot of plots and twists and stuff going on in the back and like that happen through the film. There's a lot of like backstabbing and shit going on. Denzel Washington is great. Absolutely chews the scenery. Quinn and Hetchinger, they're both great. Mescal's fine, but he doesn't have the gravitas of Russell Crowe.
But he's prettier.
I know they're playing different characters, but essentially they're kind of playing the same character. But someone trying to realize Marcus Aurelius' dream and free roam and give it back to the people
and win the audience.
But he just doesn't have that. He just doesn't have what Russell Crowe has.
It's gravitas, isn't it? That's what it is.
Does the film ever address the one thing that's been bothering me ever since I heard about the plot line for this one? Because I distinctly remember there's a line in the first Gladiator, which was, my name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, father to a murdered son, husband to a murdered wife. Shouldn't he be dead?
Why? Who?
Is there Paul Mescal's character? Isn't it supposed to be Maximus' son?
No.
No, it's Joaquin Phoenix's son, isn't it?
No, it's
close enough.
It's Connie Nielsen, Lucilla's son, the young boy.
Yeah.
Everything I've read said it was Maximus' son.
No, I knew it wasn't.
No, it is Maximus' son.
What? Spoiler alert!
It's there anyway. Like he's literally down. Yeah, he's literally credited as Lucius Verus. Like it's Lucius from the first film.
Yeah. He might have had two
he's
sons.
the young boy from the first film. Like basically, that's who he's playing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Colin.
That's why they've done it this time scale as well.
So it's exactly right.
Hollywood's worst kept secret.
Yeah, it's from the start who he is.
Everyone knew. Yeah.
So my biggest problem with this is first the fight scenes in the Colosseum. They are really
sharks.
good, but they're over too quick. It's nothing as brilliant as Barbarian Horde. The naval battle had one element which you just alluded to, which was ridiculous and took it too far. Didn't mind there being naval battles because that actually happened. They did fill the Colosseum with water and did have naval battles.
They did flood the amphitheaters.
But
they did flood
the sharks were stupid. Didn't make any sense. How would you get sharks in there? Like they literally die if you take them out of water.
Who carried them?
But in Ridley Scott's own words, he doesn't give a shit. He just historical accuracy, don't care.
Has he ever
Doesn't
give a
care.
shit?
No, does not care what people think. Just does what he does. And the score was really bland. Nothing stood out.
Oh,
so the original.
I remember that being one of my favourite
takeaways from the first.
I've mentioned
film.
it. It's not my all-time favourite film ever, but that soundtrack's a banger.
It's incredible.
Hans Zimmer rarely misses.
Yeah.
I've got that on repeat a lot in some of my playlists.
I don't think he does the score for the second one.
No, it's Harry Gregson Williams.
He usually does good ones, though.
He did Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, and
so
The Rock.
They use some motifs from the first one. That's the only
film.
good part of the score. when you hear and recognise the stuff from the first score, but there's no.
Come on, Harry.
I still listen to that score 24 years later, and I think it's absolutely incredible. And there's nothing in this that stood out to me that I thought I must listen to that later.
I was at a rave once, and they did a remixed rave version of the Gladiator score. Like they did the Braveheart one as well.
So again, it is a 3 out of 5 star film. It's enjoyable. Had we never had Gladiator, you would probably watch this and go, "This is really great," because we don't really get a lot. We don't get a lot of films in this genre, like these big epic kind of Roman battles. That's what I think one of the successes of Gladiator was, that nothing had ever been really done like that.
It was different enough, wasn't it?
They'd never really had anything like that before. You might have like old films, like kind of like Spartacus and things like that. But it never had big, huge, epic battles in a Colosseum to big, bombastic soundtracks.
The best thing about Gladiator, I remember, was we were allowed to watch it at school for history.
Yeah.
That was cool.
But yeah, it's a decent film. I had a good time with it, but I also have problems with it.
Is this something that interests you, Kurt? Gladiator? Have you seen the first one?
Yeah, but I wasn't into it. So
nope, it's not for me.
I might watch it on streaming.
Yeah, if you didn't like the first Gladiator,
there's
no point going to see this. Like, because this isn't as good as the first one. Like, you can't.
Yeah, it's a lesser version of something you didn't like.
And the ending's kind of rushed to a conclusion. But as I said, like, all the actors are decent. Denzel's brilliant. I've heard like rumors of
people were a bit shocked with Denzel.
He might actually be up for awards for it.
People were shocked in the trailers because they said he looks out of place, but does he?
He fits in the film. When I saw the trailer, I was
Yeah.
thinking, he seems like he's just being Denzel.
Yeah, from downtown LA.
In the film, he's really, really good. He's very regal, and he's swanning around in his robes and stuff, and just controlling everyone and
Denzel
manipulating
Washington. I love
people.
him.
And he's the best thing in this film by far.
Have you seen him in these interviews on his press junkets lately? He's batshit, that man. He's a batshit man.
Yeah.
You should watch his interviews.
But yeah, that's it. Sorry, I had a very busy week.
We could have done a full episode on
done.
Stig. Candy, please tell me you've had a quiet week.
I'll save one till next week. We'll say that. So, as alluded to earlier, I have been playing Lego Horizon Adventures.
Lego.
I'm tired. I'm drunk.
Same.
Or
For
Lego
someone who
Aloy, as I
slags
called
this
it.
franchise off so much, you don't half buy into it every time there's a new Horizon game out.
I didn't slag it off. I enjoyed the first one. I didn't enjoy the.
She's defended
Yeah,
it.
I didn't enjoy the second one as much. I thought it took itself a little bit seriously, which is why
What, with
I
the
was
aliens
very
and stuff?
excited about the Lego game coming out, because it does the complete opposite. Obviously it's aimed at kids. It's a children's game. It's very much
Perfect for you.
exactly, and you turn your brain off and you have fun, and that's exactly what I have been doing. So it brings back the original voice actors, which is fun, with the exception of Silence for obvious reasons. But it's still
Well, yeah, obviously.
yeah, it's still I've forgotten her first name. Something Birch.
Aloy. Oh,
Ashley Birch.
Ashley Birch. Thank you.
Ashley. She's great anyway.
Sister of the DM in Dungeons and Daddies.
Oh, I did not know this.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. There's always 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
blown. And Ashley Birch is having a great time playing Aloy. As this Lego character who's obviously like the voice acting is completely different.
Is her hair like a Lego hair?
Yeah,
thing?
it is. It is.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
So essentially what it does is story wise, it's kind of an abbreviation of the events of Horizon, like leaving out some of the darker themes that happen. It's kind of an abridged, more lighthearted take on it, it's fun. Gameplay wise, so I haven't played a Lego game before, so I got nothing to compare it to. So this one, you're in the village of Mother's Heart, I think it's called.
Yeah.
So essentially, you go through these stages, and it's a bit kind of roguelike in the way that the stages you go through are very similar and somewhat repetitive. But I put that down to it's kind of hand-holding you because it is more of a children's game. It's like a learn-to-play game type thing. It's isometric. There's a bit of platforming. There's a bit of action. The enemies are repeated, but it still keeps to it's Lego versions of the baddies from Horizon. And my God, if this is just a toy trailer, I am all in for it, because I want a Lego. I want a Lego long neck. I want a Lego thunder stomp or whatever they're called.
They've done Lego
Thunderjaw.
They've done their Lego tall necks before.
That's right.
Yeah, they have.
Oh, they're so expensive.
I mean, it's like a 4,000
They
piece
are
kit.
So expensive, but it's so.
Or 2,000 maybe. It's ridiculous. But is the game an open world, or is it more linear? Because I like linear Lego.
Yeah, it is more linear. It's more linear. So
I like linear Lego games. I prefer it. Like that Harry Potter one I've got. Kurt, I think it was you, Kurt, that gave it me. The Harry Potter one. Yeah, I like that it's just get on with it.
Yeah.
Enjoy the levels.
Well, as I said, I've got nothing to compare it to. So this one, you've got various stages and about sort of 5-6 levels within each stage, and then you keep coming back to Mother's Heart, and you're rebuilding the village. And the more you collect during the levels, the more you can customize this village, and you can kind of put your own stamp on it, make it your own.
Is it multiplayer?
It can be, yes, it can. It's so you can either do it online and it's couch co-op as well.
I just want to play it with my son.
I think you'd have a really good time with it. Visually, it is so pretty. Like every part of the scenery is made out of a Lego brick, even like the background and everything. It's great.
I love that.
And it encourages you. There's kind of like a job board within the village. It encourages you to. So you got the different, you got your different outfits that you can collect, and it's outfits from Lego Ninjago and various other like Lego Technics and stuff like that. You can collect it, so it's fun.
Cool.
I think it's got kind of a lukewarm reception in that no one's playing it apparently, but please do, because it's
I'm going to get it.
yeah,
Fuck it.
it's fun.
There are a couple of Lego Horizon sets set for next year, like physical ones.
Unsurprising.
A Shell Walker and a Sawtooth.
Oh,
That's
and
the Sabertooth one, isn't it?
Yeah, they're going to be about £45 each, I think.
That's not bad.
I think.
So you recommend it then,
no,
Candy?
it's a set with both of them, so it's just £45 for the set of them.
oh,
That's
count me
really
in.
good. Do you recommend it, Candy?
I do, yeah. It's fun. It's simplistic. It's fun. It's easy to pick up and put down. And if you, like me, if you thought the second outing was
Yeah,
a little bit
me.
bland, then you'll probably get some fun out of this, which is exactly why I picked it up. I wanted a bit more fun in my Horizon.
Cool. Excellent. So you save your roughing for another week, yeah?
Yes, that's right.
Excellent. Because it's time to bid adieu to our lovely guest, Kurt. It's past your bedtime, innit, pal?
Yeah, I got to sort dog out, which is why.
I remember the early days of dog
bits.
owning.
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
so sorry about that, but I've really enjoyed it. Been really good to finally to be on an episode.
Same, mate. Well, this is where you can plug your wares. Oh, you've got a minute or so to plug your wares. Go for it. Where can people find you? What do you do?
I'm part of the Never Watchers podcast, so that's where we pick. It was originally just Marvel stuff, but now we've branched into other films where one of us has seen the film and the other one hasn't. With my co-host Pete.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, and the last episode we did was on that film that I cannot remember the name of.
Their film.
It was the South Korean one.
Parasite.
Anyway. No, but it was by that director, I think.
Bong Joon-ho.
Old Boy.
Old Boy.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did, Old Boy. Yeah, you did.
So the next thing will be back to Marvel, though, with Agatha All Along, which I'm quite... After what Candy said about it, I'm more enthusiastic about going in to watch those.
Cool.
So, yeah, that's me, and I'm in the Modern Escapism Discord, obviously.
He is an alum of our community, one of the, if not, no, in fact, the best boy. What do you call him, Candy?
BBAK.
BBAK. Thank you very much, Kurt, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure, but we'll let you get to bed, get that dog sorted.
All right. Thanks.
You've got a lot to listen to next time when this episode, because there's stuff you've missed.
Yeah. And I've still got the green room.
And you have, mate, yes. Thank you very much for supporting us as well.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, Kurt.
All right, cheers.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bye-bye.
mate. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have we got any feedback?
We most
We do.
certainly have. Oh, who's doing it? Do you want to do it, Gadget?
It's
It's your job, isn't it? I forgot. I was so.
It's because she did it
I was
last week.
so ready. Oh, that's good. That gives my voice a rest.
Yeah.
That's why I meant to
hell.
do it last, Candy. There's method in my madness. I love you two. You started to become like Wonder Twins.
I know, because I even did that in a fucking West Country accent as well. The fuck?
If you two got together, you could probably fuse. It'll just be Gadget with long red hair.
Oh, what a mix that would be.
If us two put our heads together, would make a third of a functioning human.
But barely.
Yeah, that's
Barely.
true. Come on, give me that feedback, big man.
Right, Lee Davies has said, "Hello there. I saw Paddington in Peru with my daughter. It's a decent enough film, especially for a kid's film, but it's such a downgrade from Paddington 2. Olivia Colman is great, as is Antonio Banderas. The shift in location works well enough, but the film isn't half as funny and not as heartwarming as the previous one. It's a solid 3 out of 5, which I think is what Stig said about it.
Absolutely what Stig said. By the way, Stig's having a poo, listeners. Big
He's
poo.
been it's a big 20-minute dad poo.
Yeah.
Mike Halstead has said, "This week I started Sapiens on Oodle's recommendation, and so far I'm enjoying it."
Good. It's a very good book. It's important.
It's important. I watched Deadpool and Wolverine again. Now it's on Disney Plus, and we also watched Looper, which is mediocre to say the least. Yes, Looper was always mediocre.
And we're not allowed to discuss Deadpool and Wolverine because that's for patrons.
Yes. TV-wise, we've started Supergirl, which so far seems okay. I forgot that they had put a Supergirl series out.
Supergirl? I didn't even.
Super...
Oh yes, Melissa Benoist.
Is it the one that was out like 15 years ago?
Yes, Benoist. Blonde-haired girl. Pretty thing.
They're always blonde-haired pretty things.
Yeah, exactly. The Canadian girl.
Yeah, the CBS show. That was it.
Yeah.
I
watched it. It's got Martian Manhunter in it.
It's 2015 it came out. It's 9 years old. Fucking hell, I feel
Yeah.
so. I do remember seeing the first couple of episodes and not really
It
came
came fast out of like The Flash, you know, when the CW was starting to lose steam with The Flash. The first 2 seasons of The Flash were good.
Oh, bloody hell, it's got Wall and Door in it. David Howard's in it.
Yeah, I think he's Martian Manhunter.
John?
Yeah.
Is that Martian Manhunter?
John Jones.
Yeah. There's like J apostrophe ONN, J apostrophe
Yeah, it's just John.
It's John Jones.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Is it John? John?
Yeah, it's John. I mean, in Mars, it might be John.
He finished off saying, I started playing Cat Quest, and I've come to realise that there is quite an early get good curve, and I'm not sure if I can be arsed with it anymore.
I played Cat Quest, and I dropped off it.
Candy's vigorously searching through Steam right now.
Cat Quest 2 is better. It's a way better game.
I deleted FC24 to make space for The Last of Us Remastered with a look to start it finally, but I've been too busy to get a real session in. So Mike's been a bit busy this week.
It's a busy old week, that, Mike. Busy old week.
Last up, because the BBAK has already had his feedback.
Yeah.
Zenos has said, more Baldur's Gate for me this week. We've cleared out everything we can in Rivington for now and are into the city proper for the body of Act 3.
Yeah.
The body of Act 3.
Yeah.
Gortash is lucky we're trying to save all his hostages because I was seriously considering fighting him at the coronation with all the steel watchers
such
to back him up.
I hate him.
I know, but he's played so well by Jason Isaacs.
He really is, but I fucking hate him.
I'm confident with my lightning magic and Karlach's new enchanted hammer, brackets 1d10 bludgeoning plus 1d8 lightning, and if you're hitting a constructor object, plus 4d8 force damage, because fuck that crate robot building in particular.
Oh, he's full of construct, isn't he? That hall is full of constructs.
Yeah, we could have taken out a lot of them, but we were playing nice until nobody else's lives were on the line.
Yeah,
he then added on, apologies, I got the numbers wrong. It's 2d6 plus 1d6 plus 4d8 plus 5.
I love that he's editing his own feedback.
Yeah. That extra plus 5 makes all the difference, don't you know?
The man knows his D&D.
He does. It's scary. He knows more about D&D than I do.
Z and Xenos.
X and X, really.
X and X. X and X.
X
and X, isn't it?
Oh, we've broken noodles. He's in a boot loop again.
I've had a lot of stout tonight. I'm on my fifth tin. I can't even count then. 5th tin.
You've gone all rosy cheeked as well. I've never seen you get rosy cheeked from the beer.
You have. You saw me at the podcast, all rosy.
That's because you were sat in a fucking hot tub. You were boiling yourself like a lobster.
I get old man drunk on stout, like old boy. You know what I mean? Like fucking sat there, like, back in my day. You could leave your doors open. Nobody'd nick out. Ugh, yeah.
But anyway, that's all the feedback before he becomes an old Yorkshireman again.
Excellent. As always, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes and at our Discord. We will probably be setting up Blue Sky soon for the Modern Escapism, probably.
Yeah.
Because we're all converting over to the good Twitter.
Yeah, I've already set the score sheet one up. I've just not posted anything.
Yes, that is
yet.
available. We will update our show notes as we need to and when we need to. Because, fuck the old cesspit. We are not part of that anymore.
Ew.
But please consider becoming a patron because you'll get lots and lots of stuff. We even let patrons on the show. We just let Kurt on the show.
Yep.
Let you on. You're paying us. You can come on. You're practically a producer because you're paying for it.
Yeah,
and
come on.
We love that.
Pay money to then give up some of your time to come and talk to us.
Quite right.
Yeah.
Or
listen to us.
We're nice. We are nice. We won't be horrible to you.
Yeah, Candy didn't flick a single bogey at Kurt tonight.
No, and that's a rarity for me. And I don't have some in the tank.
She's got a little bogey bag. She puts them in the bag and flicks.
Grossed yourself out with that one, didn't you?
Yeah, a little bit. Stig's still absent, but he's going to have to just miss Candyland because it's time for Candyland.
And now,
What's up in Candyland?
Yeah, you're going to have to forgive me for this one because it's a little bit thrown together. Fallen down...
Like them all.
Yeah.
Like you plan any of them.
Thrown this one at the wall. I've fallen down another TikTok hole this week.
Oh, shit.
Did you know that there is a UFO base underneath the Isle of Guadalupe?
What?
Yeah, there's a magnet. Yeah, they've cancelled all like ghost. I've had a lot of wine. They've cancelled all shark diving trips. There is a magnetic anomaly.
Anomaly.
And there's something else that I've forgotten now. But
aliens.
But aliens. But I was thinking, so you know how Kurt's toilet is blocked currently, or that he's having toilet issues? Do you think the UFOs are trying to fly out of people's toilet? Like, if there's a big, if there's going to be a surge of plumbing issues going through the world,
wasn't there, Gadget? You might have to back me up on this. I don't know what your knowledge is on X-Files, but wasn't there an X-Files where someone come out of the toilet to get people?
Yeah, was
that's
not one
Eugene
of the
Victor
Toombs
Toombs
episodes.
It might have been Toombs, coming out of the toilet.
It was not. I think it was like the third time they had him on.
Yeah, not the original Toombs one.
No, because the original one was just the vents.
Yeah,
and the nest
but
with the.
Imagine sitting down, having a little piddle. You know when you treat yourself to a sit down piddle.
Yeah.
Little cheeky treat. I mean, girls have to do it. They're going to. Well, you
we
can
don't
check
have
your letters
to.
a little bit if you wanted to. But yeah, you sit down for a little treat, and Toombs pops up.
Or a UFO.
Fucking alien. A full-blown UFO.
Yeah, well, we don't know what size they are.
Yeah, what if
could be fist
the aliens
size
that are visiting us are tiny? What if they're tiny little things?
What if wasps are like carriers?
Christ. Why would you go there?
Oh, sweet mother of God.
Because I've got a wasp's nest above my kitchen to piss me off.
No, I hate that.
Dying.
Are they coming in?
Yeah, because I mean they're dying off. Like, and it's just I have to keep putting wasp corpses outside.
Oh no!
Nature's.
You can't leave a hot pie out on the window ledge, can you?
No, I did. I did end up cooking one while I was cooking yesterday.
No!
If it fell down next to the hob, and then when I was cleaning up, I found half of a wasp.
That's protein.
Because it landed next to the burner.
That happened in my kitchen
protein.
once. I had a big old wasp in my kitchen, and I used to have these they were lights, but they were like they looked like flowers, but they were like little cup type things, and the light was inside. It flew in and couldn't get out, and you could see the smoke coming out. I was like, oh god, this is like this is like the Shawshank Redemption. No, Green Mile. It was like Green Mile.
Green Mile, you meant. Green Mile, yeah. Frank Darabont, you got it kind of right.
Yeah, close. It was like the Green Mile smoking.
You know that Rent-A-Kill can come out, Gadget?
We've had them out that said it's not worth spending the money on it because they'll all die off in a week.
Did they turn around and go, these are endangered species, you've got to leave them, this house is now listed?
No, it's literally, they came out and said they'll be gone in a week because the way it's going to turn.
Fun fact about this current house that I live in, not my new house, but above our front door is a house martin nest, and they are an endangered species. We are not allowed to get rid of them. And all they do is, in the summer, is shit on the doorstep.
It's so fucking Yorkshire, you've actually got house martins in your house.
I know. Endangered. I'm leaving this house. I'm going to miss them. I'm not. Have you ever stepped out and stood in house martin detritus?
I got to admit, I don't really know what a house martin is. I thought it was like the singer of Coldplay.
It's an endangered species. That's why you've never seen one. They're very noisy birds that, like, you don't need an alarm on a morning because you can hear them.
So it is like the singer of Coldplay.
Yeah.
Every morning you get woken up to the sound of Caravan of Love.
Yeah, it's happy hour again. Don't believe us. Yeah, it's the house martin singing at me. Oh, that's Candyland for this bloody week. My God, aliens, house martins, Victor Toombs. What more can you get out of that woman's mind? This is the end of the show if you're not a patron. If you are a patron, maybe Stig will come back, maybe he won't, but I like the mystery. It's kind of tense.
Yeah, we're just going to say yellow window for him.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.